Hello YouTube, welcome. In this video, we will do the classic podcast, Black Spirit Radio podcast. And we are planning to make this podcast like 2-3 hours, at least what manager said. We will talk about the current state of the Black Desert Online. And that's all I can say. Before we start and before you listen this long podcast, this yapping session, do not forget to like. And also in the description section, you will be able to find all of these valuable players, social links, Twitch, YouTube, and all other things, because they all are streamers, content creators. Okay, I'm done with this part. I am just, giving the microphone to the manager. He's Higa. Appreciate it.
Okay, so welcome everyone. Hope you are enjoying the Christmas holidays. The new year is about to be 2026, surely BDO's best year to come alive, right? Today we're gonna be trying to quickly summarize the Calcium Ball that we had like a couple of weeks ago. And we are just gonna talk about the new class, Alchemy Stone. We're gonna get deep into all those topics. But first, let's introduce our guests today. So please, let's start. Adex, could you introduce yourself?
I definitely can. Oh my god, dude, I'm so tired.
Come on, you can make it.
Pizza. Well, I can't even speak. It's that bad. It's that bad.
Okay.
I need a moment.
Okay.
I'm Zen. Okay, it's fine. I'm Adex. I play Dosa Awakening, also stream on Twitch. I have guides for the class on YouTube. Take it away, next one.
Okay. His brain lagging. Okay.
Yeah.
It's
We
really
can
bad.
give him a moment to breathe. Okay, how about you, computer? Can you introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm Computer, also streaming on Twitch, PvP, PvE, Lifeskills, whatever I feel like at the moment, to be honest. And I mean, that's about it. Just mostly focused on PvP though.
Okay. Willow, your turn.
Hi, I go by Flown Willow. I stream on Twitch. I do a lot of life skilling. I also do PvP and grinding, all that stuff. But happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, sure. Archive, your turn.
Hi, my name is Archive. A lot of you might know me already. I'm a BDO content creator on YouTube and Twitch. I'm a Seraph. Sage player.
Okay.
Since release, and I wrote what people refer to as the Awakening Sage Bible.
Okay, for sure. The Bible itself. And Quentin, you can also do a quick, brief introduction to yourself.
Okay, this is Gwendia. I mean, if you guys watching this video on YouTube or Twitch, most of you may know me, or maybe first time you see me. I'm official content creator of Black Desert Online. I am Dracania main, ethical Dracania main in this game, but I'm thinking to reroll to Seraph. Meanwhile, I'm playing Seraph, practicing the class, waiting for the other skills that, they can maybe make the class complete with the skills with Magnus and Ramones. We are still waiting for that. Yeah. Appreciated that you guys listen to us, and also for every participants. I also wonder what we were going to talk about today.
Okay, we are gonna head right into it. We're gonna first start with something that I think a lot of people were anticipating, which was the PvE. Okay, they finally officially announced the release of 3 improved Dekia spots. Well, not 3, I think it was 2. Mirumok and Giffen will be given a Dekia version, which is going to be up to 3 players. And they are also going to be giving us an Edania party group spot. Not only that, but they're going to give us an extra 2 spots for 395 AP, which are going to be Starsend and Sekraya, which, by the way, they're going to drop a color changing effect onto our Edanas or sovereign weapons. The Starsend one is going to be looking red, which is cool as fuck. And then Sekraya is going to be giving us the purple one. What are whenever we heard that, what were our initial thoughts? Adex, you can take it.
I am genuinely excited for this, really, because Tenebrum and Zephyros is not it anymore, man. It just gets so boring. And I need to do something different, and this is like genuinely just really good for me, at least. I'm also looking forward to the 2 new top tier spots as well, where we can change the colors of the gear, have something to grind for.
Yeah, I agree. I think if we keep grinding Tenebrum and Zephyros, our brain will transform in what Adex brain is looking like today.
Totally, yeah.
Like
We're gonna
it's
transform into frogs ourselves.
yeah. We're gonna transform into frogs, and maybe I have to go and kiss you, and then you will convert into a prince or something. But anyways, computer, what do you expect from the group PvE finally being announced? Are you gonna group all the fantasy members? What are you gonna be doing on those spots?
I am gonna group up with whoever wants, specifically on my stream. I don't really care if someone wanna join in. I most likely will play with Rita, right? Because I always play with Rita. But I will probably grind quite a bit. Finally, we have group grind spot, which makes it for me much easier to grind in general. And I know a lot of other people that it makes it easier for them too, to grind as a group than solo, because solo is kind of boring.
Yeah. Yep.
I just hope. I don't mind if the silver per hour is not that good, but I hope it will compete with like around 2 billion an hour. If it doesn't compete with 2 billion an hour, which honestly even X can do, it's like okay, what are we doing, PA?
Yeah.
I hope it's 2
Yep,
billion
yep.
plus, then I'm happy. I don't mind if it's not 4 or 5 billion like Tenebrum or Zephy, even though it's endgame, even the endgame spot, the Danya spot, right? If it will be 3 billion, I'm happy with it. I'll grind it with people.
Yep. That's for sure. Willow, does the new PvE zones appeal you at all?
Yeah, the part I'm most happy for is the fact that I'm almost 400 hours at Upper Sakraya without the piece yet, so I could grind a spot
Oh, that's true. That's
isn't
true.
so dog. So that'd be great. As far as the group content stuff, I don't personally like dedicated group content. I wish, especially with Dekia spots, they did dynamic spawning. What I mean by that is, whoever's the person with the lantern, they're the guy. So the lantern's just looking at the guy and says, okay, is the guy in a party? If they're in a party, spawn mobs that are the appropriate, size, loot table, DR, whatever, for that many people in the party. So if there's a 4 party, it would just spawn mobs that would be for 4-man. If there's guy by himself, it would just spawn mobs for the guy by himself. And you could retrofit current spots for that. You could add new spots, doesn't really matter to me. But like, I don't really like group content. I don't like having to organize. I don't like the pressure of like, oh well, we should make sure everyone's running that drop rate, because then we'll get more bosses, and if they don't run the right drop rate, then I'm not getting enough bosses that I would be getting if everyone in the group was running the drop rate that I was running. Or I'm not going to run drop rate. Yeah, I don't know. So yeah, and you could say, David, I hear you, but at the same time, then you just wouldn't leech those spots. There would be a spot that has full leeching.
Agree with the take. I think I bought it last time we talked as well, if I'm not wrong. I bought exactly the same point. That would be like the best thing PA could ever do. 100%.
Yeah, it's things for everyone, because I know people are complaining that like when the 3-man spots came out, they're like, oh, I want 5-man spot, I want 7-man spots, and it's like, well, yeah, we can't have all of that unless it's all just in one. Then we can.
I feel like group content always, like, it's a burden, right? Lots of guild masters and like organizing a big group of people, it's hard. Whenever it comes to like agreeing to even meet 5 people together to do bosses or dungeons or whatever, you always struggle a little bit. So 3, I think it meets the sweet spot in which you can get people to do stuff like quite frequently, and it's not as heavy dependent. And also, whatever you said about buffs or looting and all that, I think now that we have the harmonies and all that, I think that kind of burden has been softened, with like the buffs and the everything checking that it's correctly set it, I think maybe that's better in that regard. But Archive, what is your take for the new PvE? What do you expect? What are you gonna go for first? The purple, the red?
Saying that
Oh yeah, sorry.
To Billo. Sorry, no, not to you. My bad.
Oh.
Not to you. Yeah, my bad. I didn't mute.
Oh, okay. Your turn, Archive. What are you gonna go for first? The red skin, the purple?
Purple. If anyone here has
Yeah.
watched my streams, has ever watched the overlay that I use on my stream, or my logo, or anything me related, already knows the answer to that question.
Right. It's gonna be purple,
I
right?
would be going for purple 100%. But I'm also a bit disappointed. Like, okay, I don't want to be pessimistic. I don't want to doom. But this is also a change that they have been cooking for over a year. Like the coloring glow, although it was on the black stars, obviously. And now they pop up after over a year, and it's just 2 colors. And they're probably not gonna.
I can see
I
that.
reckon they're probably not gonna look as good as like the base glows of the weapons, because it's gonna be like, from what we saw during the Calp gameplay, it looks kind of unnatural compared to the normal glow of the weapons. I would rather they like allowed us to drop a treasure item that allowed us to use like the Merv palette on the glow. I do reckon that is way harder to do for them code-wise. They probably don't have the code for it, since they have scrapped the idea beforehand already, because they didn't know how to implement it. But I don't know.
I get you. I get your idea. Like custom specific color rather than being strict, just red or purple.
Especially since
Could
now we
be a
have
big W.
colors.
Yeah.
Just the colors.
Yeah. I agree. My heart is divided because both purple and red are both my favorite colors, so I don't know which one I will go for. And traditionally, Star Sen has been one of my favorite spots to grind, so I'm excited to go back there. And for the group PvE, I mean, I just CVA go into frogs, so I just want to grab a couple of guys, say, hey, who's around? Let's go and grind Gyfin or whatever. It's good. And, spend some times chapping and clapping some mobs with people. Makes it way easier and way funnier. What about you, Quenya? How are you gonna have easy times finding people in Mina to grind with?
Yeah, we have lots of players here, and people may think that Mina is dead, but there are lots of players playing the game. But overall, the problems are same at every server. Game does not allow you to just be active with the contents, because there is no proper content to be active in the game. That's why, like in every region, it feels like it's dead compared to older times. But like huge population we have right now. Never mind. I'm looking for the red color first, if I can. Is that okay? The color for me, that just came with some kind of good idea for the end game, not the perfect. But I like the idea overall. Giving that color, it will be sellable. You can make money from it as an end game player. And also, the Stars End is some kind of nostalgia. Psychray is also nostalgia. Was my best spot. And also, I am like some kind of, I don't know, like I grinded it over 400 hours, and I spent more than 500k paints. I even just activated right now, and maybe I can drop the ring piece, because they said that it will be easier compared to before, hopefully.
Yeah.
And the other spots, the party spots, I don't know what to say about them. We should see them. How are they, good or bad? Like the design of the spot is basic Dehya, and hopefully the income will be okay. And meanwhile, even if the sport is just boring Dehya design, we can just have fun with our friends, and also at the end of the day, after 1 or 2 hours, we can get some certain amount of silver. Because one of the main problem in the game is choking you to solo grind for a better and efficiently grind or progress in the game. People done with this thing, the choking people, grind, get cron stones for what? For 10 minutes of Node War? Like, Lightstone is in computers chat, he said Node War ended. It's like maximum 20 minutes you're fighting in the Node War for what?
It
No.
was 20 minutes and we were
Yeah,
gone.
yeah, it was 20 minutes. Like I know, like we
so
fought for like
bad.
20 minutes. It's not important how the content qualities are getting lower and they need adjustments. PA missing that point, and hopefully the new contents will provide at least good amount of silver for people. I believe they will not provide like give you 5 billion per hour because they will not be 390 AP spot, but at least 3 billion from the party spots. So while you can have fun with your friends, as also content creator is a good content for me that I can just test and I can just share what I know. But overall, I like these new PV things.
Yeah. My biggest wishes is like, I don't mind the group spot kind of being like Collins, like Collins. I could live with that, but please, I beg, don't make Sakurai and Starsen the 395 spots a tower spot. Please, I want to go on rotations. I want to move while grinding.
They
Thank
saw
you.
some kind of.
Please.
They showed something like Starzen is tower spot.
Oh no! Don't tell me that.
I mean, we don't know if it's a tower spot. Like they showed that we go break the crystal and it spawns a boss, but then after that, I think maybe we move from pack to pack. Like we
Is
don't
it
know
a
yet.
tower?
All they showed on the Calcium Ball is like the crystals that knock down mobs.
Yeah.
Mhm.
When you destroy it, basically, it absorbs the nearby mobs and it spawns a boss.
That's
the
a tower
only
spot.
thing they showed.
That's a
I mean,
tower
it seems
spot.
like they're only
Probably
doing
Yeah,
it
but
Oh
once
for
you
no!
kill the boss,
No,
man,
yeah,
on
it's given
before.
tower spot. Oh no. No. I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense with their mentality of capping even the grind, so that everyone gets the same hour, trash hour, so that they don't have to go into balancing PvE classes.
Am I wrong or everything is a tower spot for the new spots?
Yeah, I don't know.
If
I
I'm
really
not
hoped it
wrong,
wasn't.
I think the Idania group spot is not a tower spot from what they said.
No,
It
from
is
what
a
I've seen,
Pectus
the
spot.
Dania it's like 3 mini balls that each ball will be like one person, basically kind of spawning mobs from that ball.
Yeah,
and
you
each
kill the
person is
mobs.
yeah.
And then you probably have to go to another pack to kill the orbs again.
Yeah.
Then kill the mobs.
I mean, we'll see, right? To me,
Well.
like all of them is basically tower spots, maybe except the revamped spot. Like Sakurai doesn't have tower spot currently.
It will be a tower spot. They already said
I mean,
it
just
will be a tower.
I mean, they can just keep the spots same, just increase the APDP and give us proper content. Like I missed old Sakurai. That dungeon things, like it was giving me some kind of underwater dungeon feeling.
Yeah.
I don't know, bro. Like they're so fucking lazy.
I think it's really hard to balance when you have classes like Musa and Mewa that can just go pack the pack seamlessly like that, and then you have classes that are just so sluggish compared to them that how do you balance them to both be the same in tower spots, but then also be the same in spots where you have to move fluidly pack to pack? It just doesn't compute in my brain. I don't know how to do it.
Yeah,
I
think it would involve.
Yeah, I don't think you can. So like, what do we do? Like, yeah, take their legs. That's what you got to do.
We chop the head, not the head. Well, I mean, Striker can chop his
I will
head,
give a
but
takeover that though, if you don't mind. I actually like tower spots.
You know what? I don't. I miss doing a rotation, but oh well. We can never meet like a mid ground with this topic, right? It's either you move into a rotation, pull mobs. I kind of miss that, but that will make the spot being automatically unbalanced because of the high mobility, right? And we want everyone to do the same so that everyone is happy, right? We want to content everyone. We want to make everyone happy. So I get the idea, but I don't know. As long as they have mechanics that are appealing and it doesn't feel like you're just hitting a stick, not paying attention at all and whatever, it will be fine for me. I can live without moving, but at least
even Darkseeker's type of design is okay, better than tower spots. Like not huge mobility. Like if you dash, go to the other pack, then there's some kind of a few mechanics, kill it and then go to the other one, kill it and go to the other one.
That's Sephiroth, no?
Yeah,
That's
it's basically
Sephiroth
Zephyros,
too.
Darkseekers, and what's the name? Underground
Tenebro.
It's the same thing.
Yeah, exactly. It's the same.
No, you
It's
will
the
not
same
stay at
concept,
same
isn't it? I
spot.
mean,
You will be able to just travel.
I
You
don't
can
know.
create your own
Like,
rotation.
the thing was, for example, we talked about this. Giffen Underground, when it got released, people loved it. The mechanic with the colors, you had to pay attention to know which color you had to go. It had something to it, and people enjoyed it. But this is just non-brain. Like, you get an event and keep punching, and there's nothing to pay attention to. There's nothing to get excited for. There's nothing like waiting for the abandoned monastery balls to pop up, and then there will be a boss that everyone can get loot from. Or there's not I don't know, the card system from Castle Ruins in Elvia, Serendia, to spawn a boss and then do a special mechanic. There's nothing like that anymore, and that's what kind of miss in the PvE. But that just might be me. But yeah, that's regarding the zones. Overall, I think group content was very much awaited for all the community. I think there was a lot of heated conversations throughout the community towards we need more PvE group spots and all that. So I hope that everyone is happy. For sure, I'll definitely will, and I hope everyone tries them out and everyone enjoys it. What I want the most, which I think it's a big W, especially for the PvP community, they did announce that the Sekraya and the Starsense spots are going to be dropping corrupted oil of immortality.
Yeah, finally.
So I think that's gonna I don't know if anybody else said anything regarding this, but I do think here in this podcast we talked about it, that we wanted group spots that actually drop that, like high difficulty spots to drop this material, and it would be Giga for the PvP community. And actually, we did it. I don't know if it was because of us. I would like to say it was, but I didn't see anybody else suggesting it. So, big W. If it was for the podcast, we can take that crown. And what I want is the Kama Sylvia spots to drop the story enhancement for the whale tendons. That would be like ideal. That would be like my dream.
And that's good. And also, they said if I can trust PA. It's just not happening. 2 days or something. After a long time, I learned that just don't trust our developers. They said that we will just keep the same idea. There will be 3 different end game spots always. They will be the star of the game, and they will always drop immortal oil. And if they just bring new spot, they will remove the immortal oil and just shift to the other spots, the new and stronger spots. That's what they said. So they will maintain that immortal oil always be at max price with that method.
I mean, I think it's a proper way to make less the burden of the PvP community to spend a lot of money on consumables, which is very welcome, and we asked for that. So yeah, I kind of liked it whenever they announced it. So yeah,
I think it's personally. So.
Yeah. What do you think about it, Willow? Will it affect a lot, Alchemy and the life skills?
No, not a lot. I like there being a different vectors of the game that you can interact with the markets and the other players and everything. And it feels like it's taking one of those aspects out of it. It's not that big of a deal though. But if really doesn't know, if you have decent or even not that decent mastery, you get an hour of just doing that. You get 1 oil an hour basically doing alchemy, which is very AFKable. Very obviously easy to set up and just walk away or whatever, right? So if you are a PvPer, I would consider doing alchemy, because then you can make your own harmonies, you can make other stuff. It's good, but for the lazy people that don't want to do it, they would just have to pay the people that aren't lazy that do it, and then that to me was fine.
Yeah,
I mean, I kind of agree with that. I used to Lifeskill a lot back in the day to make my own elixirs, because back in the day nobody did elixirs. And I kind of miss in BDO in general, the need to do something to get something other people don't have. And I don't know if I didn't read what you wrote in the plan for today, because you posted it a bit late. But to me, basically chase items is very, very, very important to keep playing the game, to make me want to play the game, and stuff like that in general. And it's just missing nowadays.
Do you have merchant ring?
I have merchant ring, yeah.
Damn, I didn't know it. Congrats.
I have everything except the
AORUS training, I guess.
The AORUS training and the shift, whatever.
Ebenroot?
Oh, okay. The null? Is it the null?
No, that's a bit. Yeah, that's a bit too much.
Okay. I see.
Like, think about this pay to win road they introduced and probably will give us that tomorrow as well. Imagine we had a pay to win road. I don't mind if they put it on the marketplace, like on the shop, always for 1K. I don't give a shit. But give me a way to grind it in game, like I did with Compass or any other item. Something else. But it also comes to Lifeskill, like you said, with certain elixirs or whatever else.
Yeah, maybe.
I feel like
maybe
grinding is just mandatory right now if you wanna progress.
Yeah. Could be like setting other objectives other than gear, more treasures. I think people would be happy for that. But let's move on to some other topics, shall we? I don't know if anyone has been lucky so far, but they decided to introduce sort of a help for mid-game players, in which if you achieved a certain amount of AP, they gave a hammer for those brackets of AP. Has anyone been lucky so far with those? Did anybody get anything? I bet there's a bunch of lucky people in here.
I got 3 deck accessories and I'm done.
Let's go.
Whoa.
I pitied
Archive? Oh no, come on, Calp.
Yeah. So my weapon went to null.
Yeah.
And then it went to.
Yes. Keep going. You can say it. It went.
Come on.
You cut off, I think.
Wait.
Yeah.
Is it a lag?
I mean,
lagging right now.
Yeah, he's lagging. His RNG is taking over.
Seems
guys.
like he's pretending like he's lagging.
Yeah. So. No. I was actually lagging, but I will change my internet soon to my mobile data. But yeah, it went to Nov, and then it went to deck, and then today I tapped my Octomane, and then I tapped all my pen armors, and
let's go. I mean,
nice.
Come on, he's carried.
Yeah, I've been very carried lately.
Any lucks for you, Willow?
Nope. I ended up using the hammers, got nothing from it. I did finally deck my second deck weapon, but that was just with crons and money I had.
Let's go.
Never gotten anything from a hammer ever, but it's okay. You don't have to. It's fine.
Yeah.
I'm not bitter. It's okay.
Times. What are you gonna use your hammers with, Quindia? I wonder.
Did
you just keep them in the storage?
I just want to thank to PA that they have no clue about what's going on in endgame, actually. When you have deck weapons and other items, what's you missing right now in the game? What would be special, guys? Tell me. Adana pieces for armor.
You would rather be given an Adana piece over a hammer?
No, that would be amazing. That would be amazing. I have nothing to do with hammers. I got cronstones, and even with that cronstones, I have nothing to do because they just remove the cronstones used from Alchemist Stone. I have 1.3 million Alchemist. 1.3 million cronstones prepared for the Alchemist Stone system, but I cannot use them. I have literally nothing to use.
We will get there, but whenever they announced that yesterday, I immediately thought onto you like, oh my god, this guy is never gonna spend those, huh?
Imagine actually finishing the game.
Oh, whoa.
Bro, I have...
It's so funny, right? Because you cannot get the money back from those constants.
Yeah.
Right?
It's,
I mean,
it's,
okay, no, you can. If you DM support that you bought shitload of items, they have like 2 times a year or 2 times a month where you can refund it.
But I didn't buy. I bought them
Really?
from Marketplace. I didn't do pay to win.
No,
Oh,
I mean
no.
like from Blacksmith. If you bought it from outfits, that's a different story. Yeah, but if you bought it
Some
from
of
the
them
Blacksmith,
outfits, some of them from. It's impossible. I mean, it's okay. I'm okay with those things, but they said that we will just make the new Alchemy Stone system cron based. I just said, okay, let's just prepare for that. I've made millions of them. Now they said we're removing it, and I said thanks to them. They gave hammers to community. They didn't give something special for actual endgame players. So we need a Dana piece, for example. They would give that, and an additional other hammer boxes. They don't have a Dana piece also. Literally, this Calphium ball gave me nothing. 3,000s of cron stones.
No.
That's all. Which is I don't need.
Oh gosh. Okay, what else? They made it so that dungeons now give you 100 wait, it's like 600 crons. No, 500 crons for a clean clear for everyone.
500, yes.
Yeah, 500 if you clean all of them. You get now crons for the cleaning run. You also now get like sort of better rewards, right? When you open the chest, you immediately, if are lucky, get like the borecas, no more yellow grade accessories. They also made it so that the rift bosses give 100 crons every 5 days. So over there's another 600. They condensed the dungeons, which I forgot to say. They condensed the dungeons into Elvia difficulty. There's not anymore like the difficulty for normal or season. And they announced other stuff like what we're gonna be getting next week, which is like the unified church villa buffs into a scroll that you can just pop. Upgrading the take care, the continuous carrier fairy skill, upgrading into 30. They are also giving us a quality of life. If you ever join a Marnie Realm grind spot, you're gonna be having track of whatever you loot. Quality of life changes, I'd say, overall. Do you guys like stick with one that specifically stands out for you guys? What would you say, Adex?
Oof. I don't know. It's just kind of like whatever, really. Maybe the quick transitioning that they're working on with swapping the characters and stuff. I think that would be nice.
True.
I think that would be pretty cool. Other than that, it's just more quality of life. That's just always needed for this game, right?
Yep. Computer, anything that stands out for you?
I like the dungeon changes.
Okay.
I don't have to run it twice a week.
Yeah, that's also big.
Other than that, I mean, not too much. I feel like those more quality of life need to be changed, but overall, it was good quality of life changes.
Okay. Willow?
I'm really happy they took the accessories out of Rift bosses. I didn't like that it was just a constant supply. And a big thing for me in BDO is that I think it's good to allow players to avoid getting certain items. And what I mean by that is like basically wherever you grind nowadays, there's like a few spots where you can grind where you don't get a debo. If there's more spots where you could grind where you don't get a debo, then debos wouldn't be so low price on the market, right? There'd be maybe some other item that you could target, right? Like if you imagine all the like new Adana spots didn't have debos but had like more of the end times and stuff, right? Then all of a sudden it's like, okay, well, if you want debos, you got to go grind like Ash 2 or maybe Olin's 2, and then if you want belts, like, well, is it Crypt or we'd go Ors or like I don't know, Crypt gets more, but Ors is more trash, and there'd be like more of a reason to kind of move around. So if you want to get like, let's say, cadres, because you want to make a, whatever thing. In the past, it was just like, well, grind the best spot you can grind, buy the cadres out the market. Everyone's getting them from these boxes. No one has to grind cadres ever. And now it's like, well, if you want to get cadres, well, I mean, maybe if you're going to have cadres per hour grinding, decade cadres, like maybe just go cadres. And I don't know if it's going to be that way actually, but like there's at least some dynamics now to it. I actually don't care that there's 100 crons to the Rift bosses. Like that part's not important for me. It's the fact that there's maybe some fluidity to the market. People can go to different spots for different reasons, and it's fun to do things for reasons, not just because it's what you're supposed to be doing. So I like that change.
Yeah, I agree. Overall, I think there has to be like people complaining about stuff being like weekly gated or time gated. I get it, but at the same time, I see the frustration coming out from it being the most, I want to say, fun or worthy content that you can do, and it's limited, right? If we had fun stuff to do other than this limited time-gated content, we wouldn't be complaining as much, right? If we had fun node wars, fun PvE, fun everything, we wouldn't be complaining about agris. Maybe we wouldn't be complaining about the armors being gated. We wouldn't be complaining about the maybe the alchemy being gated, right? If we just I want the game being like, whenever there's AOS season, I want to have that button that you keep pressing continuously and you don't notice that it's 5 a.m. in the morning and you didn't even have consciousness of time flying, right? And
there's a really big problem
Yeah.
in MMOs in general these days. A really big
Yeah.
problem, and it's getting worse and worse.
I don't know. I don't know if it's like the formula or something that could be changed, but I don't know.
They feel like time getting is a good thing, but it's so bad. It's so bad. Every game does it now, and it sucks. I understand they want people to catch up and people are working and whatnot, but that's not gonna solve those people issues at all.
It's not even just about catch up. Like catch up is a big part of it, but there's also the every MMO developer nowadays plays on the fear of missing out. They want players to log in every day, every week, do their daily activities, and be there every day for a certain amount of time, for a certain extended amount of time.
But that causes people to quit.
Yeah,
what I wanted to end up. If you look at WWM, for example, the game is good. The game is really, really good. But there's
a lot of login rewards that make you stay logging in every day. There's the fear of missing out of like you missed your day, and then you only have so many of the rebuy the daily things, and then you're gated by the energy, so you gotta make sure you're burning your energy. And then to have the weekly things that you have to do every week, and if you don't do those, then you're falling behind. And they get you there too. Like it's the same loop. It just they ease you into it more.
I don't know. Maybe it's just an overall MMO, disease that we're getting through. But
it
yeah,
definitely is. Imagine
market too.
Imagine they would make it so you can only grind agris and turn in an X amount of trash loot every day.
Bro, please, I'm quitting the game if that happens. I'm not even.
Don't give them ideas, please.
No, 8X, shut up. You don't talk. You don't get to talk.
I mean,
you go back to
I'm
guild Manticores.
PTSD from playing Ion 2, sorry.
Please go sleep. You were sleeping
I'm
like 5 minutes ago.
getting PTSD from playing Ion 2, sorry.
Oh, no.
Wait, they did it on Ion 2?
Yeah, they gated everything. Even the PvP currency is weekly gated. The daily income from killing mobs is gated. It's just everything is gated in the game.
But it's less gated if you pay.
Yes. It's less gated if you pay.
Oh gosh. Please no.
Stop giving
Shut
them
up,
ideas,
guys.
please. Shut up.
Already. Shut up.
Delete the
Okay.
Delete the bot.
Okay. I don't think I gave you a chance to stick or say one particular change, like quality of life change that you enjoy from the Ball archive, so you can just mention yours if you feel like.
It would probably be the tent changes that they're unifying the buffs into a single scroll that you can buy and carry around. Extremely good change. But the biggest change, biggest quality of life change, distributing crossstone rewards from a variety of activities, like Pit of Undying. Am I lagging again?
A little
No,
bit.
you're fine right now. You're fine, but right now it's handling.
Let me game and disconnect exit, like, just in case. But yeah, like distributing the crownstones between multiple.
It's cooked.
It's cooked. Yeah, now it's cooked
in the game.
Oh
Even,
no.
like,
Yeah,
can't
I
even
think
talk
he
without
means
capping.
like
Oh my God.
distribution.
Is it
I
okay?
think
Is it
what
okay?
he tries to say right now we can hear you, but I think what you try to say is like distributing cronstones throughout all the contents in the game, right? That's what you're trying to say. Like right now we
Yeah,
have Pit of the
and-
Undying, Rift
yeah,
bosses,
and-
dungeons.
Yeah, and I feel like the same thing should be done with multiple things. Like, for example, now we're gonna have the alchemy stone materials, and they are funneling all of those just into dark rifts, and to make the upgrades easier. Now they're reducing the amount of crownstones. Instead of they're eliminating the crownstones. Instead of eliminating completely the crownstones, just reduce them, but lacks a little bit on the time gating. Like, distribute them from multiple sources, not just dark rifts, so that people can get the materials from multiple activities in the game, and doing or not doing a single activity won't make or break your progression.
Yeah. I want to throw this question towards Willow, which is, I was thinking, I think it was today on my stream, I was considering all these cronstones that are getting rewarded, like by doing rift bosses, dungeons, Pit of the Undying. Could it be translated into, for example, alchemy and cooking imperials and training imperials? Like, you get a certain amount of stuff that you can just give, and you get a certain amount of crons just by giving them away. Could it be like done? Would it be better than what we have now? What do you think?
You're talking turning cooking and alchemy imperials into, instead of just getting silver for it, you're talking just getting cronstones or other rewards?
No, exactly. Yeah.
I mean, that is basically what we get, because silver is crons, and then we also get seals, which are rewards. But so, I mean, I don't see it as like distinctly different that way, but there's a lot of ways you could change the Imperials. I think the biggest issue right now with Imperials, more than anything else, is the sentiment behind it, because to do 500 contribution points worth of packaging and then turning them in is less than 2 minutes of work for the player, and it makes like profit, 200, 300 million silver, which if you do the math on it, it's like 6 bill an hour or whatever. So like, it's already good to do. They could make it better, but like, it's already good to do. So I think it's just a sentiment thing behind it. And
Okay.
yeah, I don't know.
Okay, since we started talking a little bit of life skills, I want to do a quick jump onto, well, not quick. I actually want you to try to figure out what their intentions towards life skills are. So in this ball, they mentioned that they want to make a clear difference in between PvE, PvP content and alchemy. Not alchemy, sorry, in life skills, right? So that there's not any like reliancy or dependency in between these through worlds with the life skill world, and they are starting to do like contribution by product changes, changes into training, farming, barter, hunting, fishing. What do you think BDO wants the life skills go to? Like, what is the direction that we're heading? What do you think?
So they were mostly mentioning the fact that they want to have it be less market dependent, which I don't even think is necessarily the correct direction. But they're taking a lot of, I guess you could say it's diversity between what different life skills did. Like alchemy was less contribution points per hour, but also it was more utilized, right? Like an hour of alchemy was like, 2 hours worth or like 5 hours worth of buffs, where if you do an hour of cooking, it's like, and you made it into seafood crons, that's like, maybe even a year's worth. It's exaggeration, but like there already was a difference there where the sheer quantity of goods made of one was better than the other, so it made sense that one had better contribution, like byproducts, whatever. But that's eliminated. And then with farming, they're making it so you don't have to check in as often, which is cool in one way, but it's making it easier, check-ins, yada yada. It seems like they want to have it be, again, less market focused and more just like giving you silver, which I don't know how they're going to do that with gathering and hunting. Those very much are market based. And then they are also saying making it so sharps are more of a grinding activity as well, or you get sharps some other way, so that's not tied to life skilling, which at this point seems like that it, like, the enhancing materials from hunting is more than half the money. It's like 60% of it. And then you have the gathering is they incredibly buff the amount of sharps you get because the byproduct is like tripled or more than tripled now. So that it's a big increase. It effectively doubles it or slightly less than doubles it, the sharps you get per hour. It's a big change. Some of them it's close to triple, but it's hard to say exactly the direction they're going, because I don't see how, again, it's mostly gathering and hunting, how those aren't going to be as market based. If they did like uncap Imperials or something like that, or do some other thing, then it's more of a throughput where it is kind of going to the vendor in a way. Which I don't really like that for life skills. I do think I like the concept of life skills being a thing that interacts the market extensively, and you're incentivized as a player to alternate what you do based off of what other people are doing in the market. And in some ways there's opportunities to do it. Like if no one has like birch sap nodes, and like, okay, gathering birch sap is good, but there's not enough ash sap or thuja sap nodes in the game for there to ever be enough supply to the market, because there's only one of each. So like, how will there be enough for the market based off of those? Like, there's just no way. So there's limited opportunities for that. And then within, you're talking about like bartering as well. I mean, bartering is just a pretty basic like silver per hour buff of, hey, there's a new like T6, T7 good. The fundamental problems with like bartering and sailing is that or in the past was that it didn't interact with the ecosystem outside of it. So it was very it was like a pyramid scheme inside of it. Like the only reason to do sailing was so you could do sailing better, and the only reason to barter is so you could like barter more. But then like you just barter more, but it's the same silver per hour. So it's like, what are we doing here, right?
Yeah.
And then I mean, outside of that, like the fishing's overrated still. They're gonna make it better, like, but the way they said it didn't make sense that much either, because they're going to bring other spots up to Velia fishing, which I kind of know what they mean, but like a lot of spots are already better than that. So we'll see exactly what happens. There are some unique areas, like people didn't know, like Land of Morning Light fish have higher like trading EXP bonuses from it, and then fish in Mountain for Winter last longer. Like they have like double the expiration time on it or whatever, right? Which doesn't really matter, right? And the trading XP is like insignificant compared to just moving one stack of trade crates ever. So like a lot of these little like unique things are cute and fun, but essentially meaningless. So it kind of holds them back, because like, oh, we can't make it too good because it has this other benefit. So I kind of hope they get rid of those like quirky benefits, and then just make everything like more universal. There's also consideration of like spots that don't have a further trading like point away from it. Like if you're catching at Portaferia, like your maximum trading distance is going to be like, Valencia or, Buckpo would be the two. And if you're fishing at Valencia instead, you get all the way to go to Yuccho for max distance. So it's like, well, if they make it so it's identical on the front end of Valencia and Portaferia fishing, then on the back end it won't be. So I hope they consider that part of it as well. But the trend as a whole, it seems like they want to have it be more just you get like pure silver out of it in some way, which essentially is pure crons out of it, which I find a little bit It's kind of grim. I don't think it's good to go that route. I like the market interactions. I like things being sold out. I like being encouraged to do activities, to do other things, to have things. I find that part of life skilling really fun. So I hope they don't take it away too much, but we'll see. We'll see.
Definitely. I don't know. Overall, throughout all the changes that they sort of announced, if you had to pick up one that you like said, oh, well, that's interesting. Like, for example, for me, the training thingy that they said, okay, you can just write whatever horse you want, and then you store the experience, and then you give it to whatever horse you want. For me, was like, wow, okay. Now you can just get your fastest horse.
It's same horse,
I'm pretty
not
sure the way it works is
different
it's
horse.
the same horse. The idea is
It's
that you
only
get to
for the
use your
same?
Yeah, so you use your skill coupons and also your level reset coupons. The issue currently is that if you want to have a courser, right, and so like have a level 1 T8 and I run it all night or like, for 18 hours, whatever it needs to get to level 30, I wouldn't know while I'm not at the computer whether or not it's close to being a courser or not. But when I come back and I say level up, level up, level up, level up, and it gets to like level 25 and it's only missing like one skill to be a courser, like, oh, maybe I use my coupons now, right? So in a way, it's kind of like making the pay to win aspects of training more viable.
Okay. Overall, guys, for the life skills, I know probably for the rest of the people here is not your main content, but if you had to pick up something that, tickled a little bit your interest, what would it be? 8x.
Definitely Alchemy.
Okay.
And some gathering too. I like gathering. I've been doing that. I mean, I like is a big word, but ever since they released Sharps, so you had to make boss armors and stuff, yeah, I did a lot of cheap gathering and stuff like that. It's a bit, yeah.
What about you, Calp?
But
What are you going to be doing?
Add a little extra to it. As in, maybe add some kind of mini game or something to Alchemy, so you can get some extra like loot or something, like extra byproducts or something. Like make it a bit more engaging instead of it only being an AFK thing. Then I don't want to see the meter go constantly. I want to like do something different as well. I think that's really important for this game.
Carl has just given us a big raid. So big shout outs to Carlitos, my beloved Awakening Musa. Thank you for the raid, and welcome everyone who's joining onto the podcast. We are jumping a little bit about the Calcium Ball. Right now we are talking a little bit about the life skills, because we have a big life skill guy called Flowing Willow that you can follow, everyone. And we're just trying to pick up our favorite, changes that they've announced on life skills that we enjoy the most. But we were gonna head on to computer. What is your favorite life skill change that they announced? Are you gonna be doing any of them now that they, I don't know, barter, farming? What do you want to do?
I'll try not to waste too much time, but back in the day, I used to do a lot of life skills. And back in the day, I mean, before Magnus. After Magnus, it actually dropped a bit for me. I don't know, I didn't really enjoy it as much because the life skills became a little bit more AFK-ish, I would say. Except gathering. And in general, grinding became really, really good. I still think the gap between grinding and life skill is a bit too big. They did close it a little bit with the recent patch. I started doing some gathering, and it's not as bad, but it's still a little bit too big, I would say.
Okay.
I do wish, like I said before, they would add more chase items, and it being for life skilling as well. Like I said, for example, triple fishing road. I don't know, whatever you catch, even if it's only active. I know those are active fishers who want to do active fishing, but they cannot do it because it's like, 200 mil an hour?
Yeah.
But I know they want to. I know those people who want to.
Yep.
So I just would like to see more chase items in the game, also for life skills.
Interesting take. More treasures like the training horse one with the wagon? Could be a good thing.
Except
maybe.
making it useful, yes.
Oh, wow. Okay. Shots fired. Okay. Archive, what is your pickup for life skills?
As someone who is, me and Lifeskills are on 2 different universes, so we do not like the only Lifeskill I do really is AFK fishing because I don't have to be there for it to happen.
Yeah.
But the one thing would 100% be the horse changes, the horse leveling changes.
Okay.
Exclusively for my future T10 Voltarion, nothing else.
Yeah, exactly. We have to bring the Thunder Horse onto the Sage realm, right?
Yes,
We gotta
sir.
make it look nice. Quendia, what about you? What is your, alchemy changes? Did anyone interest you? Did it, tickle you in a way?
I mean, I like the overall life skill changes. The training was, kind of smart one. I'm kind of shocked that when I saw that thing is like because we're expecting very limited things from PA. When you see something smart, you feel like, okay, there's still hope. Well, I just said that. And
Okay.
also tomorrow with tomorrow's patch, guys, we will get new pay to win rod. If you guys, I mean, computer was talking about triple fishing rod. Don't worry, computer.
wow,
they're giving
wow.
you they're giving you pay to win rods.
Prepare your credit cards,
I heard
guys.
about
It's
it. I heard
swapping
about it.
time. It's swiping
That's why I said,
time.
I don't
Oh,
mind
yeah.
if they bring it as a pay to win. I don't care if they put it for permanent buy in the shop, as long as they give me a chance to get it as a drop as well.
No, they won't do that because people would do that in in game. And now
and we will play the game. That's crazy.
Yeah, like they will not allow you to play the game. Like you have to stay AFK in the Velia. Thanks God that they will change the AFK fishing spots. They think that Velia is the only way, but I almost never stay AFK on Velia because it's fully exhausted and it's not being efficient.
Yeah.
I just stay
Being
around
able to
different
fish
places
somewhere else.
because when you have high mastery as AFK fishing, different places are being valuable. For example, Adana is good with 3k mastery. You're consistently doing like 150 to 200 million per hour with AFK fishing. That's the average. It's better than Velia. If Hakoven is free, it's also good silver, like 150 again in AFK fishing. With triple fishing rod, it's getting better. And yeah, like overall, I want to see some kind of changes for cooking and alchemy more, especially the imperial part. I used to and I like to daily delivery for cooking and alchemy, but for me they're not worth still. Like few hundred millions are nothing in these days. I'm not talking about how easy to do that. Let's make them hard, but at the end of the day, let's just get some kind of good amount of silver from it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Overall,
I agree.
what do we have as additional? I can't remember.
Uh,
Farming?
You mean? Yeah, I was gonna say I bought the pay to win farms, and the amount of byproducts that you get just by F5, it's breeding, right? Breeding
Yeah,
the
breeding.
the crops, but you don't get any by collecting the products. It doesn't make sense to me. Is it intended, Willow? Like, shouldn't it be like equal, like breeding and harvesting the crop?
Talking
What do
about
you
blush
think?
leaves production?
Yeah, as in farming, like the difference in like the byproducts that you get just by breeding is like
Yeah, you don't get any byproducts from harvesting. You get the product itself,
Yeah,
right?
never.
So,
yeah.
I mean,
don't know
I
why
never
that's
really had a problem with it per se. It's just like I had to make a choice between the two. And kind of going back to it, I like having choices between things. I don't like things to be forced on. Like, you should have an option to make the wrong decision, I feel like, right? And whatever that wrong decision is should be kind of, intersubjective, where like, oh, I need pepper to do this cooking recipe, so I am breeding enough just to replant so I can get more pepper, and then you get more pepper. Whereas if you didn't have to decide between breeding them and then like, maybe vendoring the magical seeds or whatever, that would be, you wouldn't have to decide if you just cared about blush sleeves, because then you just get the pepper and the blush sleeves now. And like, there's no point to deciding anything, right? So
No.
if you want to get blush sleeves, yeah, you breed and then you vendor the seeds is what you do. And if you
Okay.
want to get the crops, you breed enough to get the seeds for the crops, you plant them, and there you go. And if you want to get EXP, you plant crops that have the wrong humidity, and then you don't put workers on it, and you prune it, and that's what you do. And that's what I've been trying to push levels in my farming, going for Guru 40, and that's what I've been doing. I've been planting blue seeds, incorrect humidity, go there, prune it, and then there you go.
Yeah, best way
Yeah.
to get level exp on farming. And also the
Quick
20 hours thing.
Oh, sorry.
20 hours thing on farming, that they want to increase the number of the AFK players in the game without, if you don't
That's
stay
true.
in game, because if you don't stay in game, your farm products will stop growing. That's also another thing that it's okay. I'm totally fine with that, but they just stopped it, delayed that content again. I have no idea why they did it. How hard is this optimized? They're just working pretty interesting in these days. It's being so hard to understand them.
One quick question though, because I don't know what their intentions is with this, or what their intentions are. Sorry. Why the increase in byproducts? Why are they giving us more contribution, Willow? What do you think?
Yeah, that's a good question. So my theory on all of it was that they were doing it because they wanted to they were going to redo trade. So my theory is that they're going to redo trading, and it's like, okay, if they redo trading and make it so that you had to use like various workshops and other stuff and connect nodes around land and yada yada, people be like, oh, I don't have enough contribution points, and it's too hard to get contribution points. I'm not going to do trading anymore. So that was why I thought they were going to do a trading rework. Not because I thought like, oh, we're due. It was because, well, the contribution doesn't make any sense, right? Otherwise. But I think it's just they're appealing more to casual players who want to get like a little bit of contribution here and there, and not have it be so big of a grind. I'm pretty sure that's all it is. Now that they didn't talk about trading at all. Yeah, I don't see anything else. I think they just want people to have more contribution points.
I think it's just for casuals, to give them with less effort more contribution points, because a game is getting bigger and bigger. Also they want to push people to do different contents in the game, because like they would just simply could give people directly 300 contribution points with the main quest line. Instead of that, they're trying to force people to do at least cooking. No, if you don't like cooking, do that thing, different options. Like trading rework is it's another level of copium. I have no belief that they will do something about trading.
What is that?
Oh, wow.
What is
Yeah,
that?
exactly.
Actually, I
I
do
mean, we've been
remember
waiting
what
for the
that was
trading
like.
rework for a few years now. So
Stop
Taking the
reduce
It will
your
arrive, guys.
expectations.
Sure.
Traveling
will
for
arrive.
20 minutes and get 1 million silver. It was great.
Woohoo! Nah. Okay. We can change topic now. I feel like we talked about life skills quite a bit. What interests me, because for sure they're trying to make the game easier, not only for everyone in the game, but also for the newcomers, the new people joining the game. I have found myself with a lot of people joining the game because it's been free now on Steam. So there's a bunch of new people, new class, new
New
people,
world
new
design.
ads. Yeah, there's a lot of people moving on to BDO, trying it out. And they're starting up this new project, which is called the Alvia Academy, which they're going to be given, I don't know precisely, but they're just going to be given lessons of BDO, which is going to be like PvP oriented classes. They're going to be given like life skills, and they're going to put missions and everything, and they're going to try to teach people through that to learn how to play BDO. Is this the right way to teach people? What are your thoughts, guys? Quendia, what do you think? You find yourself like trying to teach a lot of people. Do you think this is gonna be good enough? Is it gonna be good?
Like if our developers know how to play the game, they can teach it. That's the thing. And this might be a little bit toxic, but I don't trust them that they will be able to just teach them in game the basics of the game. Like, how can you teach people the CC mechanics? Do they even know how the CCs are working?
Okay.
Not all of them. Like, only few developers, I believe, because I don't trust them. I don't want to be toxic. I'm saying it again, like, because
Toxic,
this is a little bit
Stop it.
because this is a sensitive thing. The guy in front of you knows nothing about the game, and you have to explain this
Yeah.
detailed game to that game without any thing and in-game thing. We actually don't know what they will just teach people. That they said that
Yeah.
they will teach people with like dummies to down attack, other things, how to gather, with a bunch of other things. That would be nice, but I would love to see that in season, not after season.
Yeah.
Well, people
Yep.
spending time in season, few weeks, maybe a month, they don't want to graduate. They take their time. After season, they will learn something. That's a little bit late, I believe. Or they push people to graduate from season with the quest, with this other, warnings in the game. Then they can just lead to LVS Academy. We don't know what they will do. Overall, it's good project. But again, I don't believe our developers that they can handle it and they can just, there are lots of people every day appears on my stream and they ask about, hey, I'm new in the game, how to do that. Hopefully they work. I mean, it's a huge project, and if they're successful, that's good. But I don't know. That's all I can say.
I mean, the rewards are gonna be huge, right? Like, they're gonna be given free pen black stars, more cron stones. I don't know. You're gonna be given accessories. You're gonna be given a lot of good stuff. Everyone that it's new to the game is gonna be willing to do that. What I didn't get is they're gonna do it like lessons, and I don't know if it's gonna be like just through a period of time. Are they gonna make it a permanent thing? Because they said that the first class is gonna start the 7th of January, if I'm not mistaken. Probably the 8th of January here in EU. They somehow have to make it permanent, right? So, what are your thoughts, Archive? Do you think this is a good project? Is it gonna be, good for the newbies?
I think at a baseline, they have good intention with this project, but as Quendia said, they should make it part of the season, or like a lot of people are not really gonna gain anything from it. They will just straight up skip it, or well, just do it for the rewards. They will not actually learn anything. Like, the problem is that all these systems that PA has been implemented in game to teach people how the game works, the little ones that we had, anything from like the thing on the top right that gives you like rewards when you complete certain new objectives in the game, but all that stuff, people will just do it for the rewards. They don't really see what they're doing. They don't really pay attention to what they're doing, and then they just move on and they will look for the answer somewhere else in due time. I just believe they don't, in general, do a great job at it. Then again, they could make a good job this time, but
yeah, I agree. Okay, I'm gonna try to speed it up so that we don't extend too much overall, because there's a lot of jumping coming with, alchemy stones. Probably a lot of PvP also is gonna be involved. I want to quickly address this, and I'm gonna throw it to you, computer. They made guild missions that they won't reset daily, and they will be like charges up. Is that like any good for guilds as a whole? Is it like a quality of life change for you?
I added the fact it's even limited in the first place. It sounds really stupid to me at this point of the game, right? Like, most guilds are already max level. It's not needed. Yeah, I don't know. I don't like the fact it's capped. I think the weak cap sure might help newer guilds. Might be nice for guilds that exist now. Like, if they don't finish it quickly, I don't see it being super nice quality of life, but it's not bad for sure. It's not gonna harm the game. Yeah, that's basically all I have to say about it.
And a big change. I've seen a lot of people complaining about this, which is regarding guilds, and it's guild bosses. So they made it so that mercs cannot work with guild bosses anymore, and they're gonna be changing the bosses. How do you think this is gonna affect a lot of alliances that were exclusively formed just to do each other's bosses? How is that gonna affect the game?
I think actually in a good way, because while people complain
Oh.
about it, at the end of the day, it's just one guild taking some mercs to make 1 billion silver. It's not even that much silver from the guild bosses. Like, do you, as a player at endgame, have a reason to go do bosses? It's nice for people to start the game. If they go for like 7 bosses a week, sure, they will get a jump start, but I don't know. I feel like it also burns people out of the game doing that mandatory quote unquote money gain daily. So I don't think it's necessarily good because you don't also join the community at the end of the day because you keep jumping between few. Yeah, so
Okay.
I personally don't mind it. I understand why people are upset because they want to make their gains in an easy way for them because they get CTG. They just autopath, CTG, autopath, and that's it. That's their day. But I don't think it's that bad.
Okay. Okay. I mean, a lot of people are breaking alliances because of that. So I don't know. I think they just have to understand the game and do this type of content with another
The thing
direction.
is, it will only out the small guilds that don't have the players to do these bosses, right? Because there are guilds with like 10 people. It's a community of 10 players, and they cannot do the bosses with 10 players, so it will force them to stop because they cannot get mercs. That kind of
Right.
sucks for them. But I don't know what solution there can be, right?
Yeah. Yep. Okay. More quality of life changes. They made Magnus Quest not being mandatory to a certain level. You don't have to go through all the whole thing. And I have to confess, I'm gonna be trying next year to teach my boyfriend all the way to learn all the concepts of video, like doing episode week by week, teaching him from scratch how to play video. And the first thing I told him whenever he tried to start playing the game was do the Magnus Quest. He hated me for an entire week after. So now, whenever this happened, I turned to him and I would say, Mochito, which I call him like that, you don't have, whatever you did, it's not worth it anymore. You didn't have to make it. And he hated me for an entire month after that. So, yeah, it's a big W, I think. The quest in itself is not bad, but it's quite bothersome. So giving titles and not being compulsory for it, it's a big W overall. Reorganizing the new gears, like removing Naru. Tuvala gear is now, like the friendly new player gear. Overall, decent stuff. Not much else to say about that. But yeah, let's get into more heated topics, which is gonna be PvP. Okay, let's jump right into the PvP. They sort of eased us into acknowledging that the DP meta is a bad thing, that it's happening right now, and that they have intentions to address this. But they didn't specifically or even mention anything on how to fix it. I don't think they even have an idea. Do we have any hopes?
I wouldn't either. It's been a problem in this game.
Yeah.
As soon as it launched, like it's I think it's too deeply rooted into the game. I don't think you'll ever find a nice balance.
What scared me the most is that nothing was specifically said, right? How they want to address it.
What's annoying me about it is that they talked about it at like developer talk before the last Hydro Ball, that they're aware of the rock meta and they want to do something about it. Then they said it again at the last Hydro Ball, and then they said it again at this Calcium Ball, and they still haven't even mentioned any ideas that they might have in mind to fix it. Like, okay, you've been aware it for a year and a half. Well, not a year and a half, almost a year. Okay. So, where do we go from here?
Yeah.
If
Yep,
they
yep.
would aware of the situation, they would know that the tank meta is not OP because of the DR. It's because of Striker. It's because of Mystic. It's because of their skill kit. It's because of that what they're capable. That Succession Berserker, for example. I mean, did you guys ever encounter with a Succession Warrior doing just like amazing things in the Node War and Sieges or something? That class is also tanky. It's not coming
No.
from the class. It's not coming from tankiness. It's coming from the skill kits of the classes that they're losing nothing almost in their skill kit. If they would nerf Mystic properly, we will not just whine about tanky Mystics because that grab lots of CC protected things, that vacuum, that PA, that's all other things, literally the perfection for to do anything in the game. Meanwhile, you're smashing keyboard. Striker is same shit, different color, like Berserker. Even Succession Nova with AI pets. You don't need to do something. Just stand in the middle of the people. Your pets will CC them. If they fix these things in the game, if they remove the 10 protected CC from Striker, Mystic, Berserker, something like that, tank classes will be tank, nothing more than that. And tank problem will be solved mostly. Of course, they can check about what was the name? Like the damage ratios, the DR. They can maybe nerf it a little bit. But they just mentioned like 2 years ago, last year, and last 6 months ago in the header ball, what they did, they just said we nerfed Bone and Bone crystals. Fuck you, go f yourself, stupid. Like the people in Uncapped, they don't have enough money to buy Jin crystals. You really think that? That is a problem of Uncap, and they're just nerfing Bone and Bone. Really? I mean, they are completely out of touch. They are completely out of touch, and they will do nothing certain or proper PvP things in the next 6 months. Do not expect something from these people. I've lost my hope. Like 3 months ago. That's what I'm thinking.
I don't know. What other stuff other than the DP being announced? They said, which I think was probably the biggest W for the PvP community, which is the 2 Node Wars, 2-hour Node Wars coming back in the construction mode. I think everyone was screaming for the longest time for this to be back. And it's back. I think, and I hope, at least for Europe, the Piñata mode occupation has been for a long time now the staple, or the main mode that we've had. I want to go back to construction, and it being 2 hours is gonna hopefully appeal everyone to put that mode on every week, because I think overall it's what the mode where, at least me personally, I enjoyed the most playing the 2-hour Node Wars. But what do you think? When you were gonna say something? Sorry.
I mean, we gave lots of feedbacks about the RNG node system, isn't it? Lots of hundreds of feedbacks. Did they do anything certain? Nothing. Nothing
They
logical.
think the last one's gonna be like turns to a question mark once it's just the one left. So it does something, which it does eliminate the waiting for last minute kill, but it still is a weird pacing tempo issue that oftentimes comes to people not wanting to gang up on the tougher guild, and then the tougher guild is bored, and there's still problems, but they did do a little thing at least.
I mean, that system requires lots of adjustments, and community gave them lots of ideas, and we encountered with lots of good ideas. The anonymous enemy idea, that was amazing. Removing these things, it brings chaos. That was amazing idea. Like everyone will see each other as anonymous enemy. No one will just recognize each other, and everyone will wear camouflage. They will they will look, and it will be very hard to recognize people, and it will be impossible to bureaucracy in the middle of the fight, intense fight, and with the nearby the question mark node. And also people told that bring some kind of point system to that thing, like siege. Okay, let's say that there will be some kind of winning rewards, the capturing rewards. Let's say that you won the node by, how to say, capturing the node, question mark, and it just ended. There will be capture winning rewards, and also there will be some kind of line 1, line 2, or line 3 or something. Because imagine you have huge dominance in that fort. You holding that fort for 50 minutes, and just like you can handle it after like 3 guy. They kill it and they take one of the guy take it. For real. That's why people stop doing node wars. If they would do some kind of point system, that guild would take some kind of highest point reward, which will be kind of some equal or similar to the winning rewards to node. And also there will be like winning reward, but like, capturing reward to node, and win by that method. And also people told that please remove the Huacha dealing damage or Flame Tower dealing damage to the node, but it is impossible. When 3 or 4 guilds start to attack that stupid RNG system node, 4 Huachas at the same time, just, or different times, it's impossible to stay stand in the around of the area. Impossible. None of the class can do that. Like, there are lots of feedbacks they gave, but they did nothing. You know what they did? I mean, the blue battlefield shit got more changes than that RNG node war system. In 2 weeks of pilot time.
That's true. Okay. I mean, I do agree with you, Quendia, but at the same time, I think with PvP they're very, not only hesitant but stubborn on how they think the community enjoy the PvP. And they're very slow. And I don't think they take the changes as fast as the community asks them for. But for example, they did one change which it's small, but it's also kind of, when there's like, what was it, 5 or more guilds, you would split into the regions. Now it's upgraded into 6, that you would avoid like the 1v1 situations.
Why they not just make it
like
10
the split in
instead
numbers?
of 6?
I don't know, but they I don't know who they listened for that. I would call, the Guildmaster for Digital. I think he did a good video about the current state of PvP. It's worth a watch if anyone wants to watch it. It was worth a listen more than a watch, honestly, because he was jumping about all the PvP, and I think he sort of suggested it. A lot of people also suggested it before him, probably, but it's important. Yeah, I mean, it's important.
We said we told them, because we were having that problem, like in uncapped 5 or 6. The separation. Why not just we fight against each other in chaos? Like, and why 6?
It's important. It's important that this stuff goes through. It's what I'm saying, and it's just slow. I just want them, as you said, be as fast as they've done to the blue sailing node or whatever. Like, make it actually fast, because we actually want to enjoy that content, and it's not fast enough. Let's just say
PvP is not allowed in BDO for the last 3 years.
I mean, you say so, but then we have the naval fights, which, by the way, Willow, have you participated in any of those?
Sorry, in which ones?
On the on the blue battlefield. I was gonna say blue navy, but that's a completely different thing.
My biggest issue with blue battlefield, more than anything else, people talking about the desync, valid. There's also like the node warp, and the blue battlefield buffs don't like stack with each other. They're kind of like and like there's no, like, I wouldn't want like double life EXP or whatever. I think that'd be silly, but like just apply whichever one's higher is the way I would say it, right? And then you make it so it doesn't like overwrite the other one. But the biggest issue I have is that it's at the same time as Node War, so I have to pick. Like, I mean, I don't know which one should go which way. I don't really have a preference. I'm more flexible. The timing's not a big issue for me. I know it is for other people, but like, do blue battlefields an hour earlier? Like, have it end so it can't end at like on the dot, so it ends like 5 minutes before, or have it start like Node War starts 6 p.m. for me, so have it start at instead of at 5 p.m. have it start at like 4:55 p.m. Like, that would interact with like a world boss, but like, who cares? Like, that's the only way I can really experience it, is if it's going to be, because I'm just going to want to do Node War every time over it. So I could like multi-box or something like that, but then that's
Yeah.
ridiculous. So
I want to ask though, is it populated in NA? Do you know from people that there's
yeah, people
actually good?
play.
Because I've heard from you that there's actually, don't want to say a lot of people, but quite an amount of people actually enjoying the content, which surprised me at first. But I don't know. I just wanted to know if in NA it's the same. What
gonna-
about MENA?
I'm gonna
Yeah,
say
people
it,
that-
and I'm not gonna be toxic. In EU, it's Lifeskiller guilds, and if there was any organized guild going there and properly PvPing as a ship guild,
no.
properly PvPing, those guilds would run away from. They will not queue ever again because there's a guild that's organized and know how to PvP with ship. The only reason they go there is because they meme around, and the real ship PvPers don't do this mod. Because the difference between a good one to a bad one is so big when it comes to sailing.
Interesting.
And like they said, dissing key and all that shit. But I'm
Okay.
100% confident about the take.
anything about like with organization or whatever, like a lot of people just they don't have the concept of like following like making a plan, following a plan, communicating information that is important to go with other things. We have like one or two guilds here that are fairly serious, and then some that are approaching it more casual, like you're saying. But they're able to get along and coexist because the ones that are taking it more casually aren't taking it that seriously as well. So them losing worse is not as detrimental to them. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yes,
So
Yeah.
like they're approaching with the right attitude at least.
Sure, my point is, they will not just lose wars, they will not leave the shipyard. That's what would happen. That's what happens in tier 1, basically, when its strong guilds appear on tier 1. And the same would happen on C content if a good guild went there.
They
I don't
wouldn't
know.
leave at all, or like I'm not understanding because I see people in during like regular node wars sometimes they're at town because they had to town spawn because they disconnected or whatever. Like not that, just people like the entire guild sitting there for a long time or whatever, or what?
They cannot push the guilds.
Yeah, so
For the
they push
most
like
part.
5 times and they give up, is what you're saying.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Pretty
Yeah,
much.
I mean that happens. I mean that's people taking it casually, not taking it too seriously. Is what I'm trying to say too.
Okay. What about MENA? Do you think the game mode has been popular over there, Quendia?
I mean, first day, my guild, which is like heavy uncapped guild, my ally. I mean, we normally have 20 or 25 AP buff, and they go there and won the battlefield, and people just turn into rebellious. Who the fuck asked you? You just remove my buff. Fuck you. We don't want life buff. We already had a life buff, and that was this problem. And they never did it again. And also they saw the desync problems and other problems. And I was just calling it will be dead content on arrival, and they just spend hundreds of hours to bring that content in the game. When I said them like, please use your times for better things and priority of the big portion of the community, not for like 50 people in each server. Later, if you have a time, then do it. But they just resisted to do that because you know what? Q said that. This is some kind of gossip, okay? Few years ago, I think he said 4 or 5 years ago, in one of the some kind of not unofficial, but some kind of bowl in Korea. Not bowl like we used to, but some kind of meeting. Okay, they talked. Hugh said that like 4 or 5 years ago in that meeting, they talked about all details of the current Node War, the novel Node War. And they said that all of the datas and all of the coding things were ready in like 4 or 5 years ago. And Hugh said that all of the things that you see right now is coming from past. And they probably spend less time that you can imagine to implement that system in a game. That's what you said.
Interesting take.
I mean, he
He
said that I was there.
That might actually not be wrong if you consider the time we waited for Seraph to release and then look at the class design itself. There is no way you can tell me that matches.
I mean, it's a way to look at it. But yeah,
I
I
have a
want
point
to.
over the 2 hours not
Yeah.
vote though.
Yeah, sure, go.
I don't think players will change their mentality just because the 2 hours not vote are back. I think we already got ruined, quote unquote, by the 1 hour not votes. So I don't think it will make stuff better. And sure, it might be the first week, the first month, but trust me, after a month or two, people will get pissed off. There's all the deploy again. Oh, Comfy cannot get any fights other than 2v1 against them. Guess we're going back to stick fights. That's how it will end up. I'm pretty confident about that one as well.
Interesting. I mean,
in
could
general,
happen.
the
I could see it
mentality
happen.
of the players, like if you look at Brutal, I remember Brutal from before. Brunt was the shot caller. I remember DMing him and asking him, "Yo, Brunt, how can I do better at Node Wars for my guild? How can I shot call better?" And he would give you, okay, you can do 1, 2, 3, 4 to do better. And right now, there's like nothing you can do to do better. So people don't have the mentality to do better in the first place because it's two different mentality of gameplay, in my opinion.
Yeah.
One is just RNG, I don't give a shit, I just RBF, and the other one is, oh shit, we gotta play well together. I just don't much.
No. Overall, I mean, I don't know. For PvP, there has to be more stuff added. Not gonna lie, because we can talk about, for example, the change that they did to Siege, and I don't know. Like, is it me? Like, I'm gonna throw it to you, Archive. Is it me, or they just killed castle pushes completely?
You mean the announced changes?
Yeah, for Siege. I think so. They said, okay, you can take it away for the Siege changes if you feel like the whole thing if you want, because you're more experienced in the Siege department.
People will shoot me in the head for this, but I think those changes are generally good.
Okay.
Like the original,
I also agree. Yeah.
the original idea of Siege of like castle holder. What?
Huh? That's what?
Okay. We have.
The original,
okay.
The
let
original
Archive
idea of
go.
a castle holder was for the castle, like get the castle, and then the next week you defend the castle from the rest of the region. That's always been the intended idea behind holding the castle and as a castle holder.
You versus everybody.
Yeah. And for the longest time, Siege has always been either the castle holder is excluded from the diplo and they get zerged out instantly, or the castle holder is a kicker guild and they get to play the game because it doesn't matter. It rarely, or maybe like the castle holder gets in the deal somehow, but everything on their side is banned. The cannons, elephants, that just doesn't work. Those changes bring Siege to what it technically is supposed to be and make it also possible, kinda possible, to defend the castle from multiple guilds. Whether it will be balanced for either side or not, only time will tell. But for what Siege is supposed to be and has always been supposed to be, those changes kind of bring it in the right direction.
Okay. Computer, what is your take for Siege?
Okay, on paper, I agree with you. Siege should be able to defend against the rest of the guilds. But what will happen is GigaZerg desync, and they have no chance to do anything because of the lag. So that's why it's shit. That's why everyone says it's shit. Not because they shouldn't be able to do that, because it's impossible for the server to handle it, and we've seen it multiple times.
That's a server side, like that's a server and game engine side. It sucks. Let's just be real.
But it will not be solved, and that's why the idea of just going back to that. And yes, it's back to that because we were there before. I'm not one of the guilds that did a lot of sieges, but when I did sieges, I remember having 15 guilds against Sovereign, and that was such a lag fest.
Nah, the PvP scene is not remotely alive enough for that to happen, but I get what you mean. Like when everyone is on the fucking bridge, like 4 or 5 guilds are on the bridge. It
my last
sucks.
siege on the Tennessee was one of the last sieges was 2v1 against the castle or 3v1 against the castle, and it was giga lag still. Like the second you have 300 people in the same place, it's already lagging.
I know, but like when the PvP scene is alive, which right now it kinda isn't, to be honest. That happens kind of regardless of like castle or not. Like, do you remember last year when Medaya 1 crashed on 2 consecutive weeks?
Oh, I
don't know if you
remember. I was holding the castle then, yeah, and I didn't get my silver. Yeah.
No, wait. Okay, yeah, okay. You guys were there, but like the fight was not happening on the
Yeah.
castle. The fight was happening all over the place because it was a what was it, a 4v4 or 3v3? It was
I
happening
don't
all over
remember.
the place, but the server
We just
server
got
was still
out and then, yeah,
20%.
something with Fora and stuff. I remember. I was there.
Yeah, like it was a massive fight. It wasn't just fighting on castle. There was fighting all around the region, but the server still couldn't handle it. It's not even about people clumping up in one space. Yes, of course, that makes it worse. But just the number of players crashes the server. Now, luckily, right now, the PvP scene is not remotely alive enough for that to happen to that extent. But yeah, it's just bad. But it's not like a game design issue. It's a server stability issue, and God fucking knows when PA will have the decency of fixing it. Hopefully, sometime soon.
That's why these guilds will not hold this fort. Not because they are not good enough or they don't have enough gear, because it's too laggy. And
I mean, it's laggy for the people on the bridge as well, getting shot by 3-5 watchers.
Yeah, of course. But it's not fun, right? Like that's like the
no, it's not fun.
thing. It's not
the
fun.
lag part is not fun for a fucking anyone, of course.
I think there's a less fun part for Siege, and that is politics. And I think that is what this patch addresses more than anything else, is the fact that it's like, oh, we gotta get a fight, and like we'll do a 3 versus 3, but like, oh, you have castle, so it's like a 4 versus 3, and like, oh, we have to recruit another guild, and like, okay, we'll do this thing, and then, oh, they don't want to do that one, and then, oh, we'll do this one, and oh, I guess we don't have a siege fight this week, guys, because we couldn't get the thing together, so I don't get to do it. And the new thing is just like, oh, you're you over there, I'm on this side, I'm gonna punch you, and then we just punch him, and then that's it. That's the fight.
And then it's over.
And then if they stand up for like 3 rounds in the ring, they get an extra bonus, right? Because that their defending guild, they get more the longer they defend. So they're incentivized to defend. They have, better tools to do it by being able to place the watches by the front. They got the dragon. They got all these other things, right? So now there's a whole lot less politics. And then if people want to do politics fights and they want to do a 3 versus 3 on a siege, they got the 2 farmland regions. They want to go Balenos or Serendia and do that stuff. Have fun. But for the people that don't want to do politics, or like politics fell through this week or whatever, it's just like, yep, we're on Medaya. We placed. We're punching. That's the fight. Saddle up.
Yeah, I don't think, like I said, on paper, it's not a bad idea. I think the balancing for it will be bad and the server issue will be bad. That's the reason I think people complain over it.
Yeah,
it's not
I agree.
It's bad no matter what.
Like, I agree. Like, personally, computer, I'm talking about on paper, like, design-wise. This brings Siege to what it's supposed to be, and it's better. Then we have technical issues. Like, that is a separate issue that sadly we can't avoid. That's on PA, but I guess if we're loud enough, maybe they're gonna do something about it. ? Copium, like insane amounts of copium, but it's honestly it's better than to have like what we have now. The siege right now, the siege scene right now. It's not even like it's just dead. The siege scene right now is completely dead, flatlining. At least in Europe, I don't know about other regions.
It will still be dead. It will be just, okay, let's go grab a bag, let's zerg out the Guilda Defense. And most likely the Guilda Defense will not even want to show up, so they will just dodge.
But they get rewards
after like
for defending.
A month or 2 months.
But they get rewards for defending. So they just need to up their rewards for defending then. That's all.
We'll see.
Or make it easier to defend, I guess. I mean,
or whatever.
Sure. Of course, it depends. It depends on the balance. Of course, it depends on the balance.
Yeah,
right?
sure. But like we get rewards for attacking. Once the castle guild dies, the fight's over. We get to go home. GS is going to be laggy, but like any siege fight that has like 8 guilds in it, it's going to be laggy. That's just what it is, right? And if it's only like 2 guilds fighting at siege or 4 guilds or whatever, like it kind of just feels like extra node war. I don't know. Like siege should feel like a little bit different extra, and lag is certainly a problem. Like absolutely, but I don't know around that, right?
I mean, on the other hand, we got Serendia Siege added, right? So we would have 2 castle pushes to remove the Calphion castle. So we will have Valencia and Medalla, and we will have Balenos and Serendia. What are our thoughts on that?
It's RBF. Not Siege. It's just guild versus guild
Yeah, I mean,
RBF.
it's
It
great if you
is-
can do it like a political fight and like a plan 2 versus 2 or whatever. Otherwise, it's kind of just There's no like
you know what
cool
it is,
reward for
guys?
owning a region
It
or whatever.
is what once was Great Medalla in 2016. Put into
wow.
a castle region.
Ooh. Okay. Archive, what do you think about them splitting like this sort of castle push and then the Serendia and Balenos sort of fight?
Castle push or splitting castle push?
So like they made it very clear. There's like this type of, sort of big node war setup, or you have the castle pushes.
Oh, I mean, we kind of have already the same with Balenos, no? We've had this for a while, and if I remember correctly, someone correct me if I'm wrong, I might be, but if I remember correctly, Serendia used to have the same thing years ago. Like in 2020, 2021,
Yeah.
we used to have the same
Balenos
thing.
Serendia, we had them.
Yeah, they just removed it and changed it with something else, or removed it altogether. I don't remember, but
They just removed it. We had 5, and then we've not done 4.
yeah, like it was there already. It just was gone for a while. But personally, I like that because like right now we have the castle problem. Like we are clearly saying it might not be fun. In the other case, people have access to like a more classical Nodo setup, and that's more fun. Although it's still lagging and not often balanced because of the scale of the fight. But people have a choice, and some might enjoy one, some might enjoy the other. I think it's good personally.
Okay. Overall, I think I forgot to mention that also for Node Wars, they were gonna include Ulukita and Edania as battlegrounds.
Oh yes.
And they're gonna be like
Honey,
rotating.
I think I'm pregnant.
You're gonna be making, correct me if I'm wrong, Serendia and Balenos are gonna kept as tier 1. Then we're gonna have, I wanna say Ulukita and was it Calphion as tier 2?
Something like that.
And then there's
I
gonna
think
be
so.
Edania and what else as tier 3? Not tier 3, uncapped, sorry. Which region was it? Was it Valencia?
Valencia,
uncapped?
Dania,
Valencia, Dania,
I think
Calphion, and Nikita at the
Yeah.
start.
they removed Kamasilia.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
they're gonna mix it all in. Is the thing. So they're gonna mix
Okay.
in
Oh,
Medalla,
okay.
Valencia, Ulukita, Calphion, Odania. They're gonna change them all out and cycle them through. Apparently.
Okay. Which is
Ulukita
cool,
and
not gonna
Dania
lie.
would
I
be good.
think Ulukita and Edania, yeah, exactly. I was gonna exactly say that. I think those maps have very good potential for good fights.
And also knee
Um,
I'm
places.
so
than
hyped
Medalla.
about Ulukita. I'm so hyped.
Yep.
Knee place is always
that's
good
cool.
because we don't know. Like I actually know almost every node. I've fought in every nodes in any region, so I know every terrain that where you can just set up things. You're learning by time when you do hundreds hours of node wars, sieges, and something. But in new territory, it will require new type of tactics. You have to just discover. Like for example, my guild leader Salim, that guy is just weirdo. Like, and there is no other explanation. It's because he just find every potential, weirdest, setups for building your own fort in RNG mode, in other things. He knows every one of the best one. And for example, watch my stream. I will tell you. He knows every terrain. And he also just travels around the map, and he knows that where the enemy just puts the thing. One time, he just followed them right at the time. Just example, it was Calphion. The enemy was there. Our fort was there. It was pretty hard to reach. And our Huacha is just bombing the enemy fort. Can you imagine that Node War, how dominant? So if we can have these type of people as guild leader, that would be nice, and the new territories to discover.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's gonna make people be excited for Node Wars for a little bit. Like, it's gonna spice up a little bit the fights. That's for sure.
Full rocks though. So I can see the Rangers going out there and having a good time.
Yo, but imagine fighting around the castles. That's gonna be so epic, though.
I mean, we'll see. We'll see.
Imagine bases inside castles. I bet they.
It's nice they are adding extra shit. I mean, it also depends how many nodes we have, right? I don't want it to be possible to dodge places and shit. Yeah, to dodge guilds, like to have too many nodes, so guilds will not fight each other because they will just go a different region or a different place to avoid each other and stuff like that. So I hope that doesn't happen.
Yeah. Anyways, that's for Node Wars and Sieges. They mentioned that they're gonna add matchmaking for RBF. I don't know how that's gonna precisely affect the game mode, but they said that there's gonna be a system similar to AOS. So that's gonna be something interesting to see. I don't know if it will be more populated or people will actually enjoy RBF if it's like a ranking system or whatever. But yeah, any quick thoughts on that one? Don't want to like spend a lot of time talking about RBF, but what do you guys think of the system that they announced for RBF?
The one thing with RBF I would like to say is that my crops don't blight while I'm in RBF, so I don't want RBF.
Oh wow.
What's
okay? That's a
I didn't get it.
Crops don't blight while you're in RBF. I want my crops to blight so I can get my farming level up. It's a weird niche thing that hasn't been fixed, though.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah. I did not know that.
Not many people do farming like that, so it's not an issue.
Oh wow. Okay. I think that's how everyone feels about the RBF change. Not gonna lie.
Yep.
Okay. About Solaria, they're gonna switch a little bit. The elo, whatever. I mean, Solaria so far has been. I want to say good. I enjoy Solaria a lot. So I mean, stuff that they can add that doesn't like change dramatically the way it works. It's welcome. But what about War of the Roses, guys? What are they doing to War of the Roses?
What is that?
They don't know what they're doing to it.
Does anybody have a clue what they're doing to War of the Roses? So, okay, TLDR, they removed the upper path for War of the Roses. They're gonna try to bring all these blessings and buffs to like not be as valuable. They're gonna try to balance the numbers between the commanders, Third Legion, all that stuff. And they're gonna try to boost up the rewards. Is this a desperate try from PA to actually make people enjoy this game mode at all, or what do you guys think about this?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I'd rather them try to make it enjoyable than try to make it unenjoyable. But they also made it so that the guild who was in the like command or whatever, they could say they're only bringing like 50 people, and then they would get 250 people from the Third Legion or whatever, right?
Yeah. Yep.
A variable amount. They could say whatever amount.
Yeah,
but then it's
still
random people.
It still ends up as RNG and quote unquote RBF.
Oh yeah.
Right?
No, yes, exactly. But the issue is before they would be like short like 50 men, so it'd be like a 300 versus a 250. Now they could have, if they plan ahead just slightly, it could be a 300 versus 300.
Okay, we'll see what happens to that. Now, the next topic I want to talk, it's gonna be the new class, Seraph, which at the beginning it was sold as Savior. It is the 31st class. I think there's either people love it or there's people that actually hate it. I think there's no in between. I've personally played it. I think the class is good. It has a cool identity, a cool new mechanic related with BSR. My only issue with the class, I don't know if anyone here agrees, is the dark form, which compared to the angel form seems kinda not good state. It's like the only failure for me of the release date of the class. The dark form needs to bring up a little bit of attention. But other than that, I was fighting today Horsey on Seraph. The class has a lot of 1v1 potential. It is fast moving. I think it sort of fills this gap that Awakening Dracania and Awakening Nova sort of left behind, and I think the class is gonna fill that gap. It's gonna feel the same fight in this class. What are your thoughts on the new class, Quendia? You right now are playing it, but you even mentioned that you were considering into, becoming main Seraph.
It's because Rokani is shit. It's not making
Okay.
Seraph is an amazing option. So my general opinion for PvE right now, we should see Magnus Robombs, of course, but what I feel like, I test class in different spots. Class needs like 5 to 10% DPS. I don't know how they can add it with Magnus, maybe with Robombs, maybe with something, but class still needs DPS. Plus, another problem is AoE inconsistency, especially in the normal form. If you're on yellow form, it's acceptable, but another problem of the class is just like DP shred. One of the maybe the most annoying DP shreds thing that class has.
That's true.
Very bad, very, very bad. And sustain is a problem, the class in PvE. Like I have 480 DP or something. Yeah, I have 480 DP, almost maxed out my, armors, and I'm having hard time to stay alive on Zephyros. That's not okay. Like in my drug, for example, or in other classes when I try them, I never have problem. Never like I was just like I can't die. I shouldn't be able to die if I just keep fighting. So this shows that class has problems, especially with sustain. These are easy to fix. What are the good part of this class? The mechanics and all other things came without problem. It wasn't like Wukong. Compared to Wukong, she's 10 out of 10.
Compared to Word.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say that.
I suggest everyone to play the yellow form right now because the red form seems like unfinished, some kind of rushed version of the class, because they wanted to push the button for all gooners, that emo girl, hot black dressed mommy thing, and also angelic mommy thing. Angelic mommy part is working pretty nice, operational at least. For example, today I tested 1 hour Darkseeker Street and I got 48,000 with 2 tides. Acceptable. Not an amazing, but if they just, with Drabombs and with Magnus, class can be okay. For PvP, she is that much close to BOP in 1 versus 1. Kinda, she's top 5 for me for 1 versus 1.
Okay.
She has amazing potential, lots of good protected CCs. Like that Shift F skill right now I used on the screen. I will show it again, this skill. This is broken. This needs to be nerfed because that Shift F has no collision. You can just, pass your opponent and all hits has knockback. First and second is knockback. And you're just passing your opponents go behind without collision and you're applying knockback. We don't want to see these type of CCs in the game, but they added on the new class. Guess why? It's because they want to make the class OP. WF has, protected CC. LMB has protected CC. And then you have Shift LMB 360 big AoE KD. And you have in melee range, but it's like long grab. They have to fix it also. They can give other type of utilities to the class. But what I think that in PvP, to not get in trouble in future, because they will non-stop off this class, they always do that. They should remove the Shift F knockback. That's OP. And also grab should be some kind of get in the melee range, not Line Awakening grab range. I can grab this horse from this distance, for example. We tested it many times. This is the distance. This is not the distance. The maximum distance should be around here. This is melee class. Now that and the problem is coming from the grab is vacuuming your enemy. It's like magnet. When you press grab, your enemy comes to your sword, not you grabbing it or stabbing it or something. That's disgusting. That shows it's some kind of bug, unintentional or intentionally they did it.
I've experienced it.
Yeah, like
today.
you'll experience that. Like, stay away from red form until they fix it. If you want to tag this class, tag, play, you will have fun. Mechanics are good, and also sits on very simple, idea how to play it. Like people creating content. So I'm creating contents about that. They can just check and they can find the class is fun. But people asking me, is it worth for main? Not now. But she has potential to be your next main. That's what I'm saying to community.
Yeah. For PvP, I'd say the class is good in the smaller scale scenarios, and whenever we ramp it up to be 10v10s like in Guild League in Node Wars, she decreases the impact that she can have. But we've seen some good guilds trying to get Seraph good use, like Ace and all that. Have you seen any good performances on Savior Archive on Guild League?
No.
Have you seen anything remarkable?
No, absolutely nothing. Like nothing. Not a single one.
Okay.
I believe the simple reason is that in a larger scale scenario, she just runs out of skills to use. And the most important part is that the best hard counter to Savior right now is unironically hit stagger. Her protections end so quickly after her skills that if you have multiple people hitting you, even if you're trying your absolute hardest to rotate protections, you're almost guaranteed to get CC'd. But in like 1v1, 3v3, she's insane. She's absolutely insane.
Vacuum is countering her a lot.
Oh yeah. Today I was fighting an Awakening Nova. I wanted to end my life in game, of course. It was an experience. It was an experience.
What about her damage on capped content computer? Have you seen her damage in like tier 2, tier 1?
She doesn't seem that amazing, I'll be honest. In Node Wars, she seemed decent in AOS. She seemed decent in 1v1s kind of thing, like small scale. It's basically a better warrior, I would say.
Yeah,
that's how I say it.
I agree to that. And what about PvE? Have you tested her 8x? Have you tasted all the forms? What are your conclusions? Is she an S-class tier, would you say? 8x?
I think he's sleeping.
Oh shit, I'm muted. I've been yapping this whole time.
Oh,
shit.
no, not that.
I didn't play the class too much, to be honest. I did play around.
No.
I didn't play. I'm gonna be really honest. I didn't play too much. I did test it out in Global Labs for a little bit. Is it S tier? No. Does it have the potential to be S tier? No. I think it's just gonna be.
You don't think so?
No.
Okay. Interesting take.
So it's gonna be just below the other.
Do you agree, Quenya? You agree to that take?
Right now is close to S at max performance, but do you actually capable to play at max performance always? So
I send a picture of in the Discord what it. It's like the tag for the class.
To be honest, she is crazy
but
at
not
Zephyros.
the best.
She is insane at Zephyros. The thing is, outside of Zephyros, she's not insane.
Probably I don't know, like
she doesn't need to be insane. She's good enough in PvE, I think.
In Zephyros, almost every class is insane because it's capped. We can understand, she's capable to reach 19,000. But I just, almost any class can reach at max trash if you have enough gear at Zephyros. What is making difference that can you kill the Beelzebub before it turns or jumps after 5 skills?
Yeah.
She can't. That shows she needs DPS. Almost every class can kill Beelzebub before its jump after the buffs changes. But this class can't kill it. You need one long animation. And can she be S tier if Magnus and Robams come with PvE oriented? Yes, she can be. But right now, she has many limitations in PvP, PvE. For large scale, I agree.
For him a lot.
Maybe they will fix it later. For large scale, she has good, go in and out potential, but nothing more than that. Like I said, maybe Robams and Magnus will also provide you protected PvP damage, then she can be really nice PP bomber. But the current damage is not enough to just go and bomb, destroy platoon or something.
I want to say though, I don't know if it's intentional, right? But the angel form DPS, I think I was talking to Lua, and he compared the DPS capability of the class whenever she's absorbed to succession decay. He said that when he was absorbed, he would compare her DPS to succession decay. And if I'm not wrong, succession decay is like a very noticeable DPS class.
He wants to just, make succession decay looks weaker.
Okay. That's the decay mentality. I see. That's a good one.
That class is the third best class by far, superior in PvE. Impossible.
Yeah. I agree. Okay. So overall, would you guys rate the class out of 10? Let's do a quick round. 8x? Out of 10? How would you rate, Seraph?
Solid 8.5. All the 2.5, no, 1.5, 2.5. I can't count. I can't do anything. My brain is dead. It's like
no. Too many manticores. Please give this man more PvE grind spots, please. He needs them urgently, please.
It's a solid 8.5. I think it's a well-designed class, except for the dark form. For me, from what I've seen, it needs some drastic changes, actually.
Computer, what is your mark for her?
I don't really have any.
You would say like a 5 out of 10, probably, something like that.
For the class?
Yeah.
No. I would say it depends, like what it does. I don't think it's a bad class. I just don't like the dark form, like you said as well, because it's kind of useless. But I don't have a specific ranking for it because it's not a complete class yet.
Okay. It makes sense. Maybe it's a bit too soon to like have an overall like.
Well, you could maybe rank it on its like initial release, right?
If we compare it, as Quendia said, if we compare it to Wukong, it's a fucking 10. If we compare it to, I don't know, Succession Mago, then I don't know.
Yeah, no,
like initial
I
release, you could definitely.
I legit don't know. I think for initial release, it's way better than Wukong was. It's way better than Scholar was.
Yeah, there you go.
But I don't know, 7 maybe.
Yeah, okay. That's good. Okay, Willow, have you put your hands onto Seraph? Have you tasted the angelic wings?
Nope. I made a character. I got through season. Didn't like. I don't know what skills flow well into another skill. Like I have basically no understanding of the class whatsoever. So
does the aesthetic at least looks pleasing, or would it interest you in a near future if you would play the class?
No, not really. The one thing I always get kind of upset about is like it's one thing if a caster looks has a bunch of skin exposed or whatever and stuff, but like if someone's supposed to be something like frontline, like fighting with swords and stuff, and they just got like just tons of skin showing and like high heels, it's like this is ridiculous. Like what are we doing here?
No.
So it always freaks me out of condition. Yeah, like if people want to have the option to like have it be just like a thong and bikini or whatever, like I don't care. Those guys can be happy. They can do whatever they want to do. It's just not my business. But like I want like armor. Like if I'm going to be fighting in the front line, if I'm going to be like slashing shields or the swords shields and stuff like that, armor. So I just the female aesthetic in this game just doesn't work for me.
Okay. Quendia, what is your grading for this class?
For small scale,
what mark?
For small scale, she has amazing potential. I can give 8 out of 10 for small scale. We should see her performance in AOS next season. But I want to talk about AOS. Small scale, 1 versus 1. She's 8 out of 10. Giga protected, nice catches, nice CCs. Not an amazing damage, not an amazing AoE, but still good. If she would have them, she would be 10 out of 10. Dominant like Mystic, because she has amazing 1 versus 1 damage, but not fully protected. I've seen that Horsey destroying Mystics with this class. And it's creating amazing damage on 1 versus double KD combo. Amazing.
Yeah, that's true.
Like KD
and double down smash too.
Yeah, like KD knockdown again and down smash or some very long combo, very disgusting combo.
Yeah.
Like even in the first
Yep.
KD, you'll be able to deal lots of damage in 1v1. So impossible to if your enemy knows how to deal damage and have enough gear, impossible to escape. Can even kill you maybe on DR tendon if you just click that DR tendon is late a little bit. 8 out of 10 for small scale and 1v1 right now on release. And for PvE, for early game, it's like 7-8 because easy, and you will maintain your BSR in early game spots, one shot type spots, and you will always be in angelic form. For mid game, I would give 5 maybe, because you need the red form to play class. Yellow form is not capable to do good things, and mid game you can even call it 4 out of 10. For end game, which is most like people just asking in these days, I can say 7.5 at best. But if they just give more positive things, Magnus and Robams, she has a potential to become like 9 out of 10. But she will never be able to become like S plus because of AoE problem.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
Okay. Archive, what is your take?
I'm having a blast, honestly.
You're enjoying the class? Okay, that's
Oh
good.
yeah, I'm playing her a lot. In a 1v1 scenario, I would say a solid 8.5 out of 10. Clearly, you're gonna struggle against like something like Ninja or like the 1v1 classes, the duelist classes. You're gonna struggle against those, but otherwise, you're gonna be completely fucking fine. PvE, a solid 8.5. Let's stick to 8 because it depends on kind of AoEs, what kind of AoE the spot needs. 7.5, 8. But like her single target damage is crazy. I love it.
Okay.
And her small scale, I haven't really tried her much, but it feels pretty good. Although she's kind of running out of skills in any group fights for now because she's missing Robams and Magnus. In large scale, don't unless they make her protections linger a little bit more or they fix hit stagger, either of the two, it feels like pretty bad. And this is, by the way, all ignoring the dark form. The dark form does not exist. For the little that it has, it does not qualify as a class or a spec in BDO. It is non-existent.
Yep. The dark form needs emergent attention to be any valuable, like have any value or distinguished
it needs to be
identity.
better than the light form. It just straight up needs to be better. For PvE, yeah.
They designed it for PvE.
Okay.
It's front guard heavy skill kit, but
yeah,
it's completely like useless. I don't know how they did that. I think they like it's classic guard developers. Like they think that big damage will make the class better in PvE. That's what they think, and non-stop throwing damage to the classes without even asking, thinking. They did a Succession Dracania. One of skill is like it's like maybe 80,000 or something, but it's still not just fixing problem of the class. Can you imagine? Just like most of the classes has 40,000 damage in their BSR skills, but skill classes literally dealing double the damage of their ultimate, but still not just amazing class for PvE. Okay-ish. After like every patch, they did like 10% damage, 10% damage, 10% damage. The entire skill kit. Maybe they did it like 10 times this thing to the class. Maybe that mentality, just think that let's just add more front guard, that skill kit, big AoE, very big chunk damage, and class will be good at PvE. But hello, my dear friends, the developers, you say that the red form is for PvE. Where's my fucking PvE iframe? You just capped my iframe at 1.5 second. How is PvE form? Like, classic.
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. Overall, let's go for the last topic of the ball, which is probably the most controversial one and the most heated just of recent announcements just yesterday, which is the Alchemy Stone rework. There's been a lot of talks about the Alchemy Stone system, and the first idea that they came up with was merging the old Alchemy Stones in with Bell so that you didn't feel a detriment in between using one or the other. And the way that this was gonna make is like you would get 20 small stones from each rift boss every 5 days, and you would convert these stones into a superior one, which would allow you to not only combine the stone but also enhance it and tap it, which is of course gonna be time gated, right? You get these stones every 5 days with the rift bosses. They were gonna remove the, if I'm not mistaken, the grays, white, green, blue versions of it. They were gonna readjust the colors of the alchemy stones. They were gonna adjust the prices, and they were gonna give like a pity system for these alchemy stones, and they were gonna include crons for the taps of the alchemy stones. That was before. Yesterday, an announcement from PA came up saying that they didn't want to make this system as burdensome as it has been in the past. So what instead was gonna happen is they were not gonna change the time gating situation. They wanted to keep the nature of difficulty to obtain these alchemy stones. So both Splendid and Shiny were gonna need a lot of effort to acquire these items. They want to keep this identity, but instead, what they did was remove completely the Cronstone consumption to tap this item. And what they were like, one of the biggest changes was if you wanted to reach the PT cost, for example, for Shining, it would cost you around 13.6 trillion silver, if I'm not mistaken. Now, the maximum cost is going to be around 3.6. So the investment throughout the time is going to be way less. There's been several opinions regarding this topic, and of course, this affects all the aspects of the game, of course, because if the content is capped, the attack speed is the only valuable, stat that is left for PvE. But if you look into PvP, you have the already valuable stats that this item provides, and it also affects life skill, right? So I want to go one by one. What do you guys think about the alchemy stone, all this situation, so that we have different points of view, and maybe if we don't agree, we can discuss about it. So I'm gonna start things off with you, Adex. What is your take on the alchemy stone?
Got quite a few things to say.
Okay.
First of all, it's the continuous delays on it, and the like, oh, we're sorry, this and that. It's just too much. Like they should just take their time properly for things like this.
Yeah.
Generally,
Just to clarify, because I didn't mention it on the introduction of the topic, sorry, Adex. They also announced the update with the alchemy stones was gonna come on the 31st, so tomorrow. But instead they decided to delay it again until the 22nd of January. Sorry, you can continue. Sorry.
yeah, that's fine. And then generally, I think the idea, the new system we're getting now is good because we don't have to use cronstones for it. But like their announcement of it is late, and in Kondaya's position, for example, it's like really annoying, right? Because you get so many cronstones and now you cannot do anything with it. But on the other side, having an item that doesn't require cronstones for me is a big W.
Agree.
Big W. The reduction of the time gate is also good, but it's still a time gate nonetheless. And what I feel they should do is when they release these new top tier spots, that some kind of rare fragment drops in that spot, in that top tier spot, so you can grind out more taps for this item.
Could be a way.
It doesn't have to be like a Deboraka drop. It can be even rarer, like the Flawless Herald Stone or something, right?
I could see them doing the same thing that they've done with the Dana armors. Like sometimes they
Events?
add this weekly event that you can get more taps in. I could
pretty
see
sure
them
we
doing that. I'm pretty sure they
yes.
will do it.
Yes, they will definitely do that. But still,
Yep.
it's still an insane time gate, right? It's like more than 1.5 years.
I believe PT in Shiny, it's like around 3 years, more or less. Correct me if I'm wrong.
2.5, something.
3 years and a half? 2.5? Okay.
2.5.
My soul.
2.5? Okay.
Okay. And then
just for Shiny instead,
Yeah,
guys, just
and
to clarify.
the bigger issue for me with this insane time gate lies with the fact that you either get lucky or you're eating shit.
Yeah.
Like there can be some person in the first week who's gonna one tap all the way to Shiny.
Yeah. I
And you're
cannot
gonna
wait
be-
Quenya to one tap. I cannot wait Quenya to one tap that thing.
And then there's gonna be that one person that probably 3 taps the Splendid and then has to wait 2.5 years to get the Splendid Stone with. It just doesn't make sense to make it that RNG. You gate it for such a long time, and then you add this insane RNG to it as well, which I cannot get behind that basically. But other than that, I think it's a good way forward. I like the progression of the stone itself. You don't need cron stones, you're guaranteed enhancement taps. Yeah.
Computer, what is your take on the Alchemy Stone situation?
They shouldn't have delayed it, and I didn't read over the new changes, so I cannot comment on that. In general, I'm not big fan of reading the global patch note because of those reasons. They just always decide to change it last minute. So yeah, I don't really have too much thought into it. I just hate to say, hey, we'll release it this date for sure. Delays it. Okay, never mind. We delayed it for tomorrow. Tomorrow you get it. Never mind. 2 more weeks. Well, more like a month, but you get the idea. It's like delayed twice, actually. We were supposed to get it with the all-in-one preset, right? If I'm not wrong, or something around.
Yeah,
there,
back in autumn from last year. Well, not last year, like
but
this year,
the
autumn.
system is so complicated. But what is complicated? We mashed 2 stones together. I don't know. I mean, clearly lied to us at that point. And that's it. Yeah, I don't know. I'm unhappy with them lying to us, them not keeping up with the date, probably delaying everything else as well. If this is delayed, is the group grind spot gonna be delayed?
Probably everything will be delayed. That's what they announced.
It makes you lose, let's say, faith in the company overall, right? It makes you take them less serious. That's for sure.
It's not much about the Alchemist one, but more about the delays in general, right?
Yeah.
I agree.
Again, I don't have too much about the Alchemist.
Okay.
I haven't read about it.
Yeah. Willow, what is your take? How is it gonna affect Lifeskill, the Alchemy Stone?
Yeah, so the thing with the Alchemy Stones is that it's the whole system before has involved a lot of tapping, but it's involved materials that are produced from Lifeskilling. So for anyone that doesn't know, if you're making a destruction stone, you have to polish it. Polishing is like putting in materials to like have it go up in experience, and then you use a black stone to tap it to the next level. And if you look at the cost of making like a Splendid or a Shining or whatever in the past, a Splendid was about like 600 billion, and the cost of that was more than half, like significantly, almost all of it was from the cost of ingots. You also can use like pure whatever crystals, like pure iron crystal, not as effective as far as cost goes, but valid to use. For the protection stones, it's plywood, so any type of plywood works. And then for the life one, it's the most hard. You have to use special or high quality grade crops to polish those. And that's where all the cost comes in for all of these things, right? So with the system that they announced, the previous one. So there's the old system that we currently have. There's the intermediate system that they were going to do, and then there's the system that we're going to have. It went from being the polishing materials were all the cost and time, and then it was going to be you could still do polishing and still get things. And I was actually pretty excited to try and make resplendence to sell to people because it would take a little bit of time. But like I like doing alchemy, I'm doing it right now, and I could tap while I'm doing it, right? So I could tap, I could make resplendence, I could sell them. People would be happy to buy resplendence. They'd take like 10, maybe 15 bill to make. I sell them for 20, 30. I'm happy. We go through it, right? The new system, it seems like that's not really happening, right? So that's the part where it's changing, and it might be taking stuff away from the materials, which for the plywood, not that big of a deal. Plywood's very easy to get in terms of like attainability. Ingots also not that hard. The main one that was like very hard to obtain was the crops because you're gated by farming. So the problem with that one is like significantly harder. Like if you had to put the life one in terms of difficulty, like the 100 or whatever, and then you did protection at 0, the destruction was like a 5 out of 100 difficulty. It's just significantly harder to get. Like Shining or whatever. Splendid was doable, but Shining was like impossible. And I'm 0-2 on Shining life myself, so you know I've been trying a little bit. It just is what it is, right? So the issue is, I feel like people did not like the system that was announced previous, and then they responded to the community by delaying it and changing the system. People didn't like having to use cron stones, and they didn't like the time-gated nature of the stuff, right? So they have the new way with the time-gated stuff, but they also have maybe a partial bridge of the old way, which I feel like was a mistake. I feel like the change all along would have been one of two things for the stones. They literally had to do either just an auto tapper or uncap the price. So what I mean by an auto tapper is if you just have a stack of, like right now I have like 700,000 ingots, and I have like 5 million shards, so it can make another like 500,000 ingots or whatever. And I just click ingot, I click, and I say go until you hit a resplendent, and then it just goes, right? So that is the that is like would be the way to have it. So just anyone who wants to get whatever they want, they could just get the materials, go, right? The other way to do it is just if you make the prices higher, people could make them and sell them, right? And they could do it that same way, right? So I feel like those would have been better solutions and keep the current system, but I feel like they did want to have a way to have the vels attached to it, which is pretty important because people need the vels for various content where they're specifically limited to things, right? So yeah, it's there's a lot of confounding factors in there. Like I do think the delaying it was good because the system that they had in the interim was not going to be like the middle system. That was bad. And I do like the idea of prioritizing the items. Like was it computer saying it? I prioritize an item over the crons. I definitely like that because even if crons is a good way of doing things because it just means get money, buy crons, it's nice to have other ways of doing things to target other things. It's just a good mentality. And then as far as the RNG goes, I mean, it's BDO. I'm used to things being no pity. I'm used to things being like no chances listed. I'm okay with giga RNG when it comes to these things, but I understand for a lot of people they're not. And so I feel like if we're going to have a way so people can get around that, that's where it needs to be like the market thing, and people need to be able to just buy it. Kind of returning to more of the olden days of people like, oh, I can't tap a pen Layton, so I'll just buy a pen Layton. That was a great system, right? You want a pen Layton, you just buy a pen Layton. But I like that this one, the newest system, I'm very worried that the polishing mats are just essentially defaulted and are unnecessary. And it's a little bit of a shame because I would like there to be some need/desire for people having the nodes and doing the processing and all these other things. But I'm worried that it's all going to kind of fade away. And trading is what is the like the buoyant force keeping up those other materials and having value to them, which as a Groove 7 trader myself, like I'm okay with the price of copper going down so I can buy it up. But like on the other hand, it'd be nice if the copper is worth something so that people that, had the copper nodes for, 5 years now could get some money out of it or whatever, or use it and feel like good about using it instead of just like using a pittance of it, or I don't know. It's I'm hopeful that the next change is good, but I think it is making it a little bit worse in ways. The only benefit is for the life one specifically. If we need fewer polishing materials, that is good for that one. That would take the difficulty down significantly, which is important.
Okay, that's a good thing to take from that. Also, thank you for Horsey for rating us at this point onto the podcast. Thank you so much for the rate, Horsey. And also welcome for everyone. We're japping a little bit about the alchemy stones and what everyone is thinking about it. And we just heard Willow giving his opinion overall on all the system and all this stuff. But yeah, let's move now on to Quenya. What do you think was in PA's mind to just head back on this one? What would you say was the...
lots of things to say about the alchemy stone. First things first, I want to talk about for example, Willow talked about instead of crons stones, let's make the value comes from the game itself. I think this is a perfect time to do that. If they actually do that or not, we have billions of ore materials, raw materials in the game. And it's very hard to process them. And what if they add something special that's treasure item that you can obtain with some method, not that much hard, that you can use your normal processing pay-to-win item from storage to storage. And with this new alchemy stone system, it will require thousands of materials to polish it. And it will also allow, the all materials will be valuable instead of seen on min price or close to min. And it will create some kind of recycle in-game. This is my idea that we can just implement it in the game. We can fix it. On the other hand, they talked about this topic like 8 months ago, isn't it? 8 months ago. They said that it is so fucking complicated. No, it wasn't. They lied us again. And they're expecting from us to trust them, like what we can't. And they said that we will just, we will just publish it at September. And they said maybe a little bit late. And they said we just, postponed it to the winter. And we understood that they will just talk about it in the Calfian Bowl. And we started to think about that. Hey, probably it will be related with Edania Part 2. And they will make that alchemy stone system like another level. Because they also mentioned about cron stone bound system. But not happened. There is no Edania Part 2. There is no other things. They said they just bring that, I have to say, that stupid and irritating system on the global lab. Guys, even for me, I have nothing to do in the game. I have millions of cronstones. I have kind of infinite resources in the game if I just keep playing this game. Even for me, that shining attempts was hilarious. They were hilarious. 0.2% chance, 750 PDs, 5k cronstones, and 4 attempts per 5 day. And it's time gated again. Okay. And also 1.2k sharps in every 5 days. What is going on? What are you trying to, do in the game? And one of the guy in the dev team or assistants told them, hey, what the fuck are we doing? These numbers are too much. For 2% attack speed. Yes, when you started to close to the end game, each stats will become like harder to get and so much money you spend on them, but not this one. 16 billion, 20 billion, 2.5 years. Billions of cronstones, other shits will be spent on it. And what happened? They, encountered with huge reaction from community. That was one of the biggest reaction from community. Except people of the streamers, I never encountered one single guy like the system.
No.
And every part of the system was very bad. Very low chances, high PDs, 1.2K sharps, high amount of cron stones, time limited, time gated. It was disgusting, and people overreacted that. And PA said that, okay, guys, we fucked up. And they are reacting a lot. And PA is populist company. You guys just check the history. PA is one of the most populist company in the market. If you react too much to something, they just instantly take precautions for it. Then what they did,
except when they can't burst.
what they did is just they removed cronstone from it. They said that we will make it easier. And removing cronstone from it and the remain part of the thing, it just made the system daily login reward. I'm okay with it, by the way. It's big W. I'm totally fine. People, because when I say that, people think that I'm mad. No, I'm not mad. I'm mad to our developers and their decisions, you know. And they were greedy, and everyone mad. It's because delay. Fuck you. No, no one wants to delay. Just tell us that we want to do it in that way and do it. Stop delaying contents. And also the new system, just ask this question to yourself. What do you need? We don't know. They say that they will just make it easier. Probably attempts per 5 days will be more. And the sharps maybe will be less depends on the sharps, but it's okay. And they also just, a good part of this thing, there were like 2 new recipes, one with 20 sharps and the other one with 2 of the items that one of them cost like 50 million, so it's 100 million. So 20 sharps will always have to be equal to 100 million. So this will just bring some kind of sweet point for the sharp prices on the marketplace. They can be over like 5 million, but they cannot be way too lower than 5 million because they will just directly buy them from marketplace. They will not allow it just go deeper and deeper. They will not just min stack or close to min price ever again. It's also W on the new system. They're adding some kind of recycle method to the game. If they just do that, the polish system, some kind of recycle, instead of few hundreds of them will polish them, just make 3,000 or 4,000 of ingots will just polish them, then, and also allow us to just, from storage to storage process, that would also be good in-game. I don't know what other people think. Yeah, big W, daily login reward, Alchemy Stone system is just, good and big W for every one of the game. But yeah, that's all I can say. I was mad to our developers, not the new system. The newest one, sorry, they just non-stop changing it. The newest one is good from my perspective.
Okay. Archive, from a PvP perspective, what are your thoughts for this Alchemy Stone situation?
I mean, I appreciate the extra text feed. I appreciate the extra stats. It's another point that we can add to progression to like improve our stats and all. But you know what I think about combat in BDO being too fast right now.
Yeah.
For us as the players.
Nerf.
Like the game engine and the server cannot handle it. It can't get any
It's something.
Like, adding more attack speed is not gonna make it any better.
Yeah. I think I was very vocal on this specific point too. I was very hesitant whenever they were gonna announce the rework system for the Alchemy Stones, because I heavily doubted that they were gonna keep the attack speed the same, but they did, I guess, because they wanted to prevent themselves getting attacked for it too much. But I agree on this one with you, Archive. I think the game is gonna suffer a lot. Like,
what if?
On this.
What if they plan to do it so they can finally remove Shy? So we don't need Shy back.
No.
I'd play my deck weapons if I could get rid of Shy. I'll run it back.
Good take, computer.
What if we just implement Shy in Alchemy Stones, Pocket Shy?
Oh,
everyone will carry Shy near by themselves. No one will need Shy.
No.
What if, like Alchemy Stones, where you have to have human sacrifices, we just sacrifice Shies?
That's good for polish them. for blood. It's some kind of,
It would be the biggest
Yeah,
W. I
exactly.
think everyone would shut it and everyone would be happy. Not gonna lie. But Archive, you keep. Sorry, we interrupted your point. Sorry.
No, I mean that's all I had to say. Like for PvE, it's a big W. Like in PvE, there's really no drawback.
Yeah.
Really good. I like the fact that they removed the crownstones. If anything, like they could have kept some crownstones, or they could have kept the price of the stone higher, like maybe more sharps or more materials to. As some people say, maybe they made it too cheap. If anything, they could have eased a little bit on the time gating, because too much time gating, nobody really likes it. But like the only real problem will be how that much attack speed from Splendid and Shining will be affecting PvP. We'll see.
Yeah.
Like maybe for some classes it won't be a big deal. For other classes that are already pretty fast and out of control, or maybe those classes that are kind of on the verge, something like Sakdosa, that might become somewhat of a problem.
It's
But we'll
something
see.
Adex didn't mention, actually. He will be able to proc 5 elements passive on Awakening Dosa. I was expecting you to mention it, man. You missed on that one. But anyways, for me, for the Alchemy Stone, okay, for me, it's very clear that PA wants, at the end of the day, people to sit on Splendid. I think it's like hitting Octnoff weapon. Not in difficulty, but it's like the goal for everyone is to end on Splendid, right? It was very, for me at least, it's clear that they want everyone over there so that they start tapping to Shiny, and one day, in 2 years, maybe one day somebody gets it, right? Which
But we don't know.
it's
Like
not
they said
a
that we will
bad
make it easy.
point to sit on, to be honest.
They said we will make it easy.
They
I
will
don't
make
think it will take 2 years for get Shining. I think it will take few months.
Right. I don't know.
2
For me,
years
it's
will be
like
easy.
on average, people are gonna have Splendid in like 3 months, right?
Yeah,
Like
probably
it
from
will
scratch.
be 2-3 months from scratch. People are gonna have Splendid. I think that's an overall W for PvE PvP community. Regarding whatever, like the engine and these things and all that we've mentioned and talked about it. I
If we
think
swipe more, I mean, PA will
the
fix it. They said.
no, but honestly, I think it's despite all the delays and all that, overall, if you look at the big picture, the Alchemy Stone system has this time gate stuff that sure sucks because we don't like time gates. I'm pretty certain, as we spoke before, that there's going to be events and other ways that maybe they slide in some extra stones, as they did with the Adana armors. I think it's going to be fine. Now it's a little bit of a heated topic and it's going to be polemic, and I think the identity of the items is going to be kept. I think it's going to feel nice to have, of course, a shiny, but for sure, Splendid, because everyone is going to be sitting on that one for a long time. And I, at the end of the day, I think that I like the turn that they took in the end. I think I do like it. But yeah, I think that concludes all the topics that we had to talk about for this podcast. We made it, not 3 hours, but 2 hours and 50 minutes.
Thank you, Higa.
It's been a lot of Japan. Not gonna lie. Okay. So last final thoughts for today. I want to thank everyone for this year, because this year we started the podcast. A lot of you guys that are here have already participated on the podcast, and for the others, of course, a big thank you for everyone to make this project happen, and to Gwendia to give us his platform and his channel and everything. And I cannot wait to keep doing this the next year too. And to conclude with the last year And last final round of thoughts. I want everyone to give like a rating out of the ball and some conclusive thoughts. So you can give yours the first if you want. Archive, we take it from you.
Look, for the Calcium Ball, a lot of people would say it was good enough. A lot of people would say it's a nothing burger. But from my perspective, the things that they announced are, for like the vast majority, objectively improvements for the game. And the one thing I appreciate the most is that they stated clearly on the Calcium Ball that they are taking a step back from like releasing new content, and they're focusing on improving what's already in the game. That to me, whether they follow up properly or not properly, but to me that mentality is already a massive W, because that's one thing we really need right now. New content, not really all that needed. We don't really thrive in BDO to go to the next region and see whatever the fuck is there. There are so many other things to do in the game and that we do every day. But there are so many systems in the game that are dysfunctional, broken, or just poorly developed and need fixing. They need love. They need some polishing. And if they're working on all that, to me, that's already really, really good.
Okay, that's a good take. Willow, it's your turn for taking your final round of final thoughts.
Yeah, I was a fan of the Calcium Ball. I liked it. I think the expectations that people have oftentimes, it's not even that they don't fit within reality, it's they don't fit within the expectations of the person next to them. So no matter what is said, someone will be upset, and negativity is more easily amplified than positivity in the day and age that we live in. So even like I actively hate group grind spots, especially group only grind spots. I'm happy they came out with a few of those spots because, even if it's not for me, have fun, guys. I'm glad you have some spots. Not for me, have fun. Then there's not a lot of changes to life skills that were like concrete or visible to me, but there's some stuff in there, so that's enough for me. There's changes to PvP, even though it's not everything I wanted for Node War and Siege. It's changes. I think a lot of it's in a good direction. There's a lot of things that I liked in there, and a lot of things that were not necessarily like that important to me or whatever, but I was pretty hopeful. And I like the Volvia Academy thing. Even if it's not the best foundation for the adventurers to work on, we'll have to see what it is. I'm glad there is some foundation that we can work off of. Oh, okay. Because every time you're teaching someone anything, you always have to have something to go off of. Like if you're trying to teach someone something, but they don't know the language you speak. Well, okay, and you have to explain that. And if they don't know the terms, you have to teach them the terms. If Volvia Academy at least teaches them some basic fundamentals and introduces them to the game in some way, even if it's incorrect, that will be useful. So I like that part. But yeah, that's all I really got.
Okay. Thank you. Computer, your turn. Calp? You
I think
here?
sleeping.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yep. No, I did kind of fall asleep, but
Ah!
I don't know, man. It's. I feel like the ball, right? Talking specifically about the ball was basically a recap of what they said a week before that. I mean, a week. Sorry, the last ball, right? All the 2 hours node balls recap. Alchemy Stone recap. Everything is recap. Yes, it's negative, but the problem is a recap and nothing happened in between the two balls. So I feel like the content they are releasing, I do think they need, like Arkav said, they need to work on the content that is in the game, right? We don't necessarily need new content, even though some people like Wayne are at the end game and don't have anything else to do. But if they add, like I said, something or improve something that already exists, for example, the grind spots, that's really a big W, in my opinion. Other than that, yeah, man, I don't know. I just hate all these delays and I hate all this, yeah, we're gonna do it, and then nothing happens, personally.
Okay. Adex, your turn.
For me, I had like mild expectations for the the Kelvin ball, sorry. And most of the things I was expecting to hear, they did talk about it, which I was really happy about, which was the Alchemy Stone, the group spots, some more endgame spots, some changes to life skilling as well, even though I don't really do it. I like to see the life skill content be brought somewhat on par with grinding as well, because there's nothing worse than playing an MMO where you're forced into one direction only. I just hope they kind of like, keep this up really in a way and stop delaying stuff. Instead of delaying it, just work on it until it's completely ready and then just release it. Because there's nothing more annoying. Like, I can understand one delay, that's fine. But if you keep delaying, it's so annoying because you are playing the game, you're working towards it, and then they want to release it and you make a mistake. Right? So, like, for example, Quendaya, again, buying all the cron stones, and then they're saying, "Oh, you don't need them." If I would have done that, I would have been so mad because I don't have the resources he does. For
Would you like to hear something?
Yeah.
The Adana system, the Zephyros fight. If I would sell my Velsard 2 years ago, I wouldn't be able to attend the Adana fight.
Oh, because I didn't have enough. Yeah, you didn't have the items for it then.
That's
'Cause you
why we
need the
call them
render.
incompetents. Incompetent dev team. They have no clue.
It is super annoying.
Imagine if I would sell it.
Yeah, you'd be so mad, bro. It wouldn't be good. And you probably won't be the only one either. I think there'd be other people as well who had the Splendid Stone. I'm looking forward to the future of this game. Really. I'm curious to see what is going to happen, especially 2.5 years from now when more people have the Shining Stone, what the game is going to look like. Because to me, it kind of screams like a balancing disaster in a way. Because speed does not work well with this game, especially excessive speed when you add a shy buff to it. So I think there's going to be some balancing, like later on down the line.
We will see for sure. We will see for sure what it's to come for the next year. And from here, you take it away, Gwendia. Your time to close the final episode of the year.
Okay, if you have something, please talk. Here you go.
Me? No, I just want to express my gratitude for you, for all the people that has come to the podcast. This year, I want to say this year for BDO has been different from others. Expectations in a lot of content were not met. For some others, they were met halfway, and for some others, they met my expectations. Overall, I'm not close at all to your gear levels when you have everything maxed out, but I can see the end arriving, and for now, it's not something that scares me, but enforces me to make like content and focus in other contents of the game, right? So I remain hopeful, as Sadek said, for the future of the game, and I want to see what the next year brings, and hopefully we can talk about it in the podcast here. So yeah, can't wait for it.
Okay, so I want to start the talk with some kind of weird joke. See you on the next year, thing. Classic stupid joke.
Yep.
And what I'm thinking about Calp Ball, it was some kind of big devs commentary, some kind of live, and also scripted. And the other thing is, people asking me what I'm thinking about Calp Ball. The first day I said it's 5 out of 10 for me because they talked about good topics, some of the chronic problems of the game, but there was no detail and it was sussy. And from the older experiences, that what we learned, do not trust our developers. And we're seeing that they're still not worth the trust. They already started to delay and fucked up the Alchemy Stone content. They started to delay it with the farm, the 20 hours thing. We will see that what they will, delay in the next few weeks with the group contents, with other things, delay and delay and delay. So Hugh Hotbar told us that, he has connections in Korea, and he said us that do not expect anything from this game until next Halo Ball. That's what he said before the Calphian Ball. And he said that I have good reasons for myself. And that's why he stopped playing BDO, I believe. And these are not random things. He was mean. He was serious while he's saying that. And from that thing, and I reduced my expectations for the Calphian Ball, and the ball was like better than I expect. But there was no detail and it was sussy. Did you guys remember that anything like other balls that they gave pretty good details, tables, statistics?
Yeah, there's always a sneak peek for the future.
Yeah, like
and they
some
didn't show anything.
visuals, recaps, something like that. More like, they talked about PvP for 40 minutes, but they said nothing. They said nothing.
Yeah.
So I would love to increase my 5 out of 10 to the 6 out of 10, but with these alchemy stones, delayed farming things, no details, not a proper solution for the things. I'm still waiting on a 5 out of 10. I would love to give more. And yeah, like Calphian Ball is 5 out of 10 for me. Maybe it will be
We have
like
we have a saying in Spanish or in Spain that it's like selling smoke, because you cannot touch it, you can only see it, you cannot grasp it. There was no detail.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I think that it defines perfectly fine what you're trying to say with this Calphian Ball. And
invisible
I have
smoke,
that
if
same
anything,
feeling.
because you couldn't even see it.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, wow. Okay. Yeah. Sorry.
I mean, I want to say thank you to all of you guys. We're trying to just make this game better. We're trying to express our thoughts, community's thoughts, because with what we think overall is communities, in the parallel at least. That's what people think, and also the YouTube for YouTube people, Twitch people, you guys can start to say bye to YouTube, especially bye to your mom, because your mom is always watching me. And yeah, but you guys don't know this meme. It's Gwendia's channel's meme. Like, you always say when I say hi YouTube, they say hi mom. When I say bye YouTube, they say bye mom.
Oh wow.
Okay, thank you so much, guys, for being here. It's almost like 3 hours of 3 hours of long thing. I need to sleep, and I just worked out very hard. I'm almost like dying here. My body is just craving for 8 hours of sleeping, but tomorrow is a patch day and I will just wake up after 6 hours and I stream again. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate it that you listen.
Thank you,
you guys talk. See you. And what is the last say what we say is that do not forget, BDO is just a game, and don't trust our developers.
Have a nice game.
I want to be hopeful.
Like